Check out this week's Flight Sim news, catch up with the latest dev updates from SayIntentions. We're also going to be looking at a brand new audio pack in the works by Echo 19 for the Bell 407, a closer look at the Spartan W7 by iniBuilds, revisit the Dirty 30 from Blackbird Simulations. Me prompter isn't working. We also have old Buckenham Aerodrome by Burning Blue Design, the updated Svolvaer by WombiiO, taking a very quick look at JustFlight's upcoming arrows for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and then preview iniBuilds London Gatwick. Jesus, it's busy! Hello, everybody, happy Wednesday, the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. Welcome to the news. Hope you're all keeping well, enjoying the weather. Yes, friends, it's like summertime, only it's cold at night. But what was supposed to be relatively straightforward tonight, it suddenly became very busy, right? So yeah, it is a busy one. Now, very exciting news, straight off the top shelf, right? Wear a pair of gloves with it, it's hot. We have with us tonight it's a preview of the upcoming JustFlight PA28 series aircraft. That includes the Arrow 3, the Arrow 4, and also the turbo variant. And, I've just installed it to see what it works, or if it works. It kind of works, but I can see there's an issue. So anyway, we'll read about what's going to be happening because these aircraft are on a very, very short final. So we're going to be checking them out. Also, our good friend WombiiO pal, Echo 19, well, he's been working on something rather deadly. Helicopter sounds for the Bell 407 that comes with the sim. I think Nemeth built that. And we're going to have a preview to listen to see what sort of sound pack Echo 19 can do to enhance one of the default helicopters in the sim. We also revisit the Spartan 7W. This one from iniBuilds, released there last week. We took it for a spin on Sunday to see what it was all about. We'll take a closer dive in and learn a little bit more about it this evening. And revisit the Dirty 30. Yes, the C-130 from Blackbird Simulations. There's an update due out any moment now. One of the patches for that. Then we also have some sceneries. We're going to be checking out old Buckenham Aerodrome, this one by Burning Blue Design, and Wombi has updated his own Svolvaer scenery for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and he kind of opened the door, pulled back the curtain to show what's actually involved to update, scenery to get it working just right inside Flight Sim 2024. And if that wasn't all, iniBuilds have London Gatwick on a very short final. We're going to preview that scenery here tonight as well. So it's flat out, lads. There's loads happening, right? So, in true fashion, we'll do an 11-second introduction, say hello to everyone who's joined us here on this Wednesday eve, and we'll catch up with all the news and then start checking out some of these aircraft and add-ons. Awesome time! I love when you see aircraft like this coming out. It's brilliant. Sound packs. Echo 19 transforms default aircraft, or even like the P51 just incredible sound sets. So I'm really, and I haven't tried them yet. Be grand, lads, it'd be grand. But anyway, we'll ramble into the chat. Look, who's here on a Wednesday? Tooms! What did I Tier 3 for 4 months. Tier 3! Thank you very, very much indeed, Tooms. Hope you're well, man. CP65 is in the house. Fierce Wolf looking fierce. And Wolfie. Super Typhon, good evening. The Forgetful Larry is here. I'm trying to move my teleprompter, but it's not. I have it on my screen over here. It's grand. Larry, welcome in, Larry. You're looking well. Vacuum is here. DeBlaze, a very happy Wednesday. Toto is in the house. Max Stallion, good evening to you, my dude. Hope all is well. Little Trader, good evening. Eamon 1973, lots of news. There's a bit of news, but there's also an awful lot of stuff we get to show off this evening. Looking forward to it. But yes, Sir Campsalot, AJH man, hope all is well. Toto on a 150 stream streak. Yay! 150 of them though. That's bananas. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Crafty Tigers is here. Welcome aboard. Night Zep, welcome in. Commander Balosh, halfway to the weekend. Right. What did I do today? Did I do something stupid? I do something stupid every day. I think I'm relatively odd. Oh no, I've already done something stupid. I deleted a scenery I wasn't supposed to. Right. It's all right though. Also, subliminal messaging for those following along. 6. Right? Brilliant. Anyway, Sarah Doman, happy Wednesday. Alishin is here. Filthy, good to see you, man. Creo is in the house. Hi from County Mayo. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping well. Crafty Tigers, very good evening. Sun Jammers in the house. Malky Mac, good evening. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Welcome in, my guy. Soaring AJ. AJH man, hope you're keeping well. Stu Snape is here. Evening Murph, great drive last night, although the next time pick somewhere with a bigger drop-off zone. Listen, I absolutely ploughed into a bus there last night now driving. And fair, I wouldn't mind. Steiny was like, Murph, yeah, turn off the engine brake and just stop doing things like that. We were looking to get away with lives on scale, lads, but it was grand. Viper Strike is here, good to see you. Shuffle Shoes, welcome aboard, hope all is well. Proby Pete, good day from Arizona. Looking forward to some good news about the availability of Sim Update 2. Ooh, so do I. 777 is here. Evening from myself, Mrs. 777, and our 2 new guinea pigs, Scarlet and Electra. Taking the herd to 11. 11 guinea pigs, 777. Wicked Lumberjacks, good to see you. Strap 21, hola. PH Roy is here. Welcome in, Roy. Really looking forward to seeing the Spartan. Oh, it's a beautiful plane, man. Brad Sam, good to see you, man. The Impossible Face, all right. APU Inspector, 145 streams in a row, look. Jesus. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Martel is here, welcome in. Liptorius, a very happy hump day. Sunjammer, 3 in a row. Everything is safe in those small hands. Yeah, what? Yeah. TG Sims, good to see you. Here to hear the news. Well, welcome aboard. Muse fan bursts in the door with his elbow. He says, how he is his mad jokes. His happy hump day. Indeed. Hope and Garrick, welcome aboard. Piku is here. Tomahawk also. I've no update on the Tomahawk, but I know that their Arrow series are on the way. This is terribly exciting. Photos by Kev, good to see you, man. Gerald is here. Hey, Crotty, good to see you. He says, how are you, Murph and Fireflies? Another blue sky day here on the Great Island, Cork. It's warm when the dog drags you around for a walk. It was like 20 degrees today. Now, it was cloudy down this neck of the woods, but it was fierce sunny up the road a bit. Fierce sunny. Sunglasses out and everything, lads. Do you know? Kev opens the book, Floating Cars in the Car Park at Gatwick. I didn't even check it out yet, Kev. Do they have floating cars? I wouldn't be too worried, though. Like, it's not fully released yet. Actually, it's not released at all. They've given it out to content creators to say, hey, have a blast and let us know what you think. And, well, I do, and I know the iniBuilds partners do, we always feed back information to say, hey, we found these things. And iniBuilds are usually on fire. They'll say, yeah, no bother, we've added that. This is its own tracking number, and you can see where the updates all come in. It's actually really, really good. So, yeah, I think any issues you might have, they're fairly quick to get them ironed out. Schultz is here. Now then, what's going on here? He says, hope all are good. Really looking forward to the JustFlight Arrow updates. I love them since 2020. Dude, absolutely, man. Have totally missed the arrows. Gerald, thank you very much indeed. 17 months. What an absolute ledge. Did you see what he did? Look, Jesus. Thank you very much, man. 40 minutes. That'll do. Yes. Wait. Oh, yeah, intro. Not at all. Crabby One, good to see you. Old Veteran 965. Very welcome aboard, Scott. Hope you're well. Don't forget to give a like on the old YouTube. Good man, Crotty. Tylerium Gaming, good to see you. Where's some update 2? Dang it. And hi, Murph. It's on the way. They're working on it. Gar Gaming, good to see you. He says, hello, Murph and chat from Galway. I hope everyone is well. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking well, Gar. Black Eyes Gabe, we have a Black Eyes Gabe. He says, good evening, chaps and chapesses. I had a guest tell me today that they have done 2 tours with the company I work, and I was amongst the top 10 drivers. Jesus, now, Gabe. Were they giving you a decent tip, you know? I'm just saying, top 10 deserves a tip. Zybot calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. Mac Vision is here. Good to see you. Vince C. How are you, man? John C. Good to see you. Farmer Williams in the chat. Idle Cutoff says, Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. You're looking mighty. Energizer's here. He says, Jesus, is there enough space in the stream title? There's actually not. I was like, right, I need to become very kind of, you know, efficient. Economical. Yeah, economical, that's the word. But anyway, listen, we'll plough through it, right? Thanks for the hilarious entertainment last night, says Farmer William. I roared myself to sleep. I kept having flashbacks of driving out in front of a bus. Ah! The missus woke up. What's wrong with you? Ah! It was grand. P.S. Mirandai, hello there. Hope you're well. Martin Kerry Aviation Tier 1, 32 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Martin. Lads, if you haven't already, Kerry Aviation, he's abroad there on Instagram with some gorgeous photos. Do be sure to check him out. Kerry Aviation, awesome sauce. Scott, a 10 stream streak. It lies, he says. Not a clue, but wait, Kev, it's grand. Alson, good to see you. The impossible phase, I put in an application for the FFA, realised I should probably work on my landings, then turned into soup on the sofa for a bit. It's totally fine. We must get that button pressed. Activated. Ah, right, we got there in the end. That's the word we're looking for. Tail Roader, very good evening. Who else come in the door here now? Winkle Gassler, good evening. Good evening, I'm still in shock from Andor. Andor, you say? Echo 19 is in the chat. You're very welcome aboard, my guy. Can't wait to hear this, man. Assidious, a very good evening. Next 2 days off for me due to the Helston, Florida Day. Nice, 2 days off. It's great now, like, in 2 days' time, it is that of the weekend. Friday night, lads. Jeez, can't wait. Right, over here now, look. Petrolhead, good evening. Who's this now? Snafky, good to see you. What about a bridge, Murph? A bridge? Oh, the bridge was hilarious. Bin Monkey hitting the bridge. Yeah, that was hilarious. Muse says, Bin Monkey hitting the bridge flat out. May well have been the funniest moment ever seen on a Murph truck street. It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was brilliant. Yeah, I loved it. Been a while. Hope all are well. Lee Dixon, great to see you, man. The third arc of Andor is mad, apparently. The third arc? Who? Andor? What? Who? Who's in charge? Quick hello to our friends over on YouTube. You're all very welcome in. Happy Wednesday, lads. Uniform Goose is here. G'day, Goose. Hope all is well. Mrs. TPHI, welcome, welcome. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Good to see you, man. Nutty Slack is here. Good evening. Black Sheep Gene, you left the door open so the riff-raff like me is invading. Pull up a chair, grab a beverage. Good to see you. Martin K, welcome aboard. Al Duchar, welcome aboard. Who else come in? Coley 205. Good man yourself, Coley. Haven't seen you in ages. How are you keeping? Captain Spears is here. I'm curious how the Bell 407 sound is. As am I. Kato 67, welcome in. Steve Stavros, evening Murph. Looking forward to the news if you ever get around to it. Ari, listen. Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, we're going to be checking that out as well. Well, the news of it, Leonardo. The news of it, you see. Right. Now, where's this now? There's buttons all over the place. Andor Planet. What is it, lads? Star Wars. Ah, Jesus. Listen, if I've said it once, I've said it twice. Star Trek. See that Star Wars noise? No. The United Federation of Planets. Live long and prosper. Engage. Right, the rest of it can shag off. Yes, we're Trekkies here. Grr. Star Trek is the bomb, but Star Wars is good crack. Ara, is it? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's very far-fetched. you know, other planets and spaceships and stuff. I wouldn't be into that kind of thing at all. But Star Trek now, that's right up that neck of the woods. Do you know? Velo is here. Good to see you. Right? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, come here. I don't have time for messing. We may get started. You know, press some buttons over here. And rumble in. Look at that, lads. That was 10.5 seconds. Look. Jesus. Right, what we have here. Now, it's pre-release. But the exciting news is, and this is very, very exciting, right? This here in front of us, friends, is a Piper PA28, and it is that of an Arrow. The Piper Arrow, and, well, it's JustFlight's Arrow, and the just magnificent news is, well, this machine is sitting here in Flight Sim 2024. And I'm sure you can tell by looking at the absolute suffering state of it. It's been upgraded, friends. It's been upgraded, right? So it's looking absolutely gorgeous. However, I have experienced a little bit of an issue with the install. So I'm just, I sent an email back to JustFlight. This literally only got kind of pushed to finished this evening. And what I mean by that is they've just kind of compiled the packages. But I will give you some updates and some news about the aircraft and when you can expect them and prices and all that sort of stuff, right? So we're going to be covering this in a couple of moments, and also this beautiful airfield with your man standing in the shop, mad to order himself a cup of tea. So that's all to follow, right? So we'll be doing this here now in a Cupola Nomade, right? Cupola Nomade. But while we're waiting, we shall pause the simulation. And, well, Jesus, now, don't do that, Murphy. No. Right, I need to do one of these. And, well, let's see. Did we get a response yet? No, we didn't. We'll have to see how we go when it comes to the aircraft, right? Because there's a WASM issue I've just figured out, and it renders it somewhat unflyable. But don't worry, it's not released yet. But anyway, we'll get cracking with the news, lads. Now, not an awful lot, but there's still a bit. So iFly, we had a very quick look at this over the weekend, but the iFly 737 MAX 8, right? This is very much in the works for Flight Sim 2024. And a big shout out to Vasco over at MSFSaddons.com and also to Callum and the lads over at FS Elite. That's where we have all our news for this evening, right? But anyway, iFly, they've broken the silence with a fresh batch of in-sim screenshots, offering a closer look at their 737 MAX 8 now running inside of Flight Sim 2024. Pardon me. This is great news, right? The developer accompanied the screenshots with a brief but meaningful message. He says, here are a few development pictures of the MAX 8 in Flight Sim 24. They are work in progress, but we want to show you that work is quite active on the 2024 compatibility. Now, it doesn't mean the release is happening tomorrow, and we cannot speculate for sure, as Asobo are still working on Sim Update 2 and applying fixes to the core simulator. We have needed to track along with the Sim Update 2 beta, as that is what will become the mainstream release of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And I thought that was savagely interesting because that's a bit of insider information. They're saying Sim Update 2 will become the mainstream release of Flight Sim 2024. Right? So whatever they're doing in Sim Update 2, there shouldn't be any major changes, as in, well, there shouldn't be any major changes. Whatever about bug fixes and all that kind of jazz. You know what I mean? But if only this plane wasn't broken in 2020. What, is it not working in 2020 now? The fella in the shop looks like he had a good weekend of it. Jeez, you did. Bend the knees, right? Roy, welcome in. Jack Kid, good to see you. Fort Noob, hope you're well, man. Have you issues with it in 2020, Noob? Or Fort Noob? Noob! But anyway, the key point here is it isn't a teaser for an imminent release. All right. Instead, it's a status update from iFly showing that, look, they are just waiting for Sim Update 2 to be fully pushed out and up and running, which they're saying it's going to be a critical milestone for the stability and the feature parity of Flight Sim 2024. Fortnoob says, the throttle bug in 2020, I've been going around and around with them since March. What sort of throttle bug? They've acknowledged it, but aren't prioritizing a fix right now. Is it hardware specific? Or is it just you're always having it? Because I don't have it. So I'm trying to figure out. Maybe there's something in my settings, maybe, or maybe it's hardware stuff. Northland Air, good to see you. Anthony V, welcome in. That's interesting for it now because, as I said, I've flown it. I never had an issue with it. So maybe there's just a setting somewhere, perhaps. Or maybe it's shagged. I don't know. I don't know. Let us know what it is, though. Let's see. No, community helping community, right? What's going on there with me? YouTube. A whole load of buttons just got what the? Does that come up on anyone else's screen? No. Wait now. Are we live on YouTube or did it stop? Hang on. Let's see. We're pressing buttons. Connect your streaming stuff. That's weird, isn't it? No, it's the plane. Every takeoff, it goes into landing state once you hit V2. It appears to affect people randomly. Oh, does it? That's interesting. It goes into V2. That's interesting. Are we still live, lads? We are. Hang on. I've buttons and lights flashing at me. It says I'm live. It looks like I'm live. YouTube appears to be working. Grand, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was, lads. But anyway, we should continue on. And if it's only me talking to myself, hello, it is me I'm looking for. But anyway, let's see what happens here. I'm very excited to see this aircraft in Flight Sim 2024. For me, this is the best simulation of the Boeing 737 in Microsoft Flight Sim. Hands down. It's excellent. Fort Noob, don't have the issues you're having, man, but if it's only affecting a few users, well, hopefully they can get this fixed. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what happens there. The new screenshots, they are giving us a look at the high-resolution virtual cockpit and also all the different lighting conditions with particular attention to the system displays. So, yeah, man, I'm really, really looking forward to this in 2024. For users already flying the MAX in 2020, this is a reassuring sign of support is continuing. But yeah, we need to fix those other issues if you're having them. Roy says, not had any issues with it so far. Yeah, I'm the same. Never picked it up. Numerous PMDG 737s, but I'll pick it up in 2024 for sure, says Schutz. Yeah. No, for me, this is awesome. I love the MAX. They've done a great job with it, you know? But anyway, Blackbird's Dirty 30, the ADV or the Advanced, it released an alpha for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. We took it for a very quick jaunt on Sunday. It tried to kill me. I like that in an airplane. But what's interesting about this project, it's going to pick up a little bit of head scratching and even a bit of frustration from some in the community because it's not really ready for prime time. It's not going to hold your hand, and it is not by any way a simple aircraft, right? Coxburr is in the house. Seb, where are we at? My dude. Jesus, 34 months. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome in, man. Yeah, it's not an aircraft that's going to be holding your hand. So take that with a pinch of salt. They are aiming for this to be the most realistic simulation of the C-130 you can get in a flight sim. That's what their brief is, right? And the background to this, well, Milviz, the parent company, well, they've developed this add-on for military trainers, right? And with Blackbird, well, they're bringing it into a civilian simulator to see what they can do. It's currently priced at this alpha, early access. Now, a lot of people will say early access or early cash access, right? To fund the project along. However, it's $25, give or take, 25 euros or $25, I think, to jump onto the early alpha. Then they're going to keep producing it until it becomes a beta. The price will go up. Then they're going to continue producing it until it's for a final release, and then the price will go up again. All right. So it's very much an early adopters kind of project. Where this might fall into the category of who should be flying this or who wants to be kind of joining them on this journey. I suppose it's someone who's going to be able to, you have the patience for this add-on to frustrate the absolute bejesus out of you, right? Because things are not going to work yet. Things are going to be broken. There's going to be bugs. There's going to be issues. However, you're kind of joining into a process of, okay, well, here's the feedback. This is what it's doing. I'd rather see you develop more in this area rather than, how accurate is the sound of the avionics fans. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's what this is all about. That's what Blackbird are aiming for. They want folks to jump in to say, look, this is an early adopter and, help us develop the aircraft. The Alpha package includes both the 30 long and 30 short variant, each supporting modern FADEC turbine 6-blade scimitar props and also a glass cockpit. The fully configurable cargo bay is at the heart of the experience. However, it doesn't really work yet. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't work. The good news is Blackbird are due to release a patch for this any moment now. They said they'll release one as early as this week. The dual INS, it features a dual INS with Kalman filters, terrain awareness, TCAS TOS and a HUD, over 900 ECBs and 120 manual circuit breakers with 16 avionics displays. They're aiming for the study levels, neck of the woods, right? Like, I think, yeah, I'm all for it, right? The only feedback I would give to Blackbird is, right, and we'll check out this aircraft, we'll have a closer look at it tonight. The main feedback I would give them is, well, lads, how much is this thing going to cost when it's finally finished? Then I'll make, I can take an educated guess to say, well, look, if it's $25 now, but when it's ready and finished, it's going to be 60. Well, okay, I might wait a little while. Or no, look, this is going to be a bargain. I'll put up with the bugs and the issues until they get it there. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. What do you think? Price release structure seems odd for a plane they've openly admitted they can't get too realistic because of military contracts. Yeah. Maybe also nice mention on the news this evening. Oh, very good, Roy. Yeah, Tollus. But they did that before, didn't they? I think they did that before. Pico says, is the D30 rolling left without doing anything? Does some of the bugs I've encountered, right? The engine, your throttles, there's already a ton of keybinds automatically, fighting against each other. You kind of have to make sure you've no conflicts with your keybinds or inputs, which isn't very handy. You have to go in and figure out where it's at, Will you have to pay for alpha and beta? No, it's the one price now. So you buy it now for this price and you have it, and they keep developing it, but you've already bought it. You don't pay after the fact. Once they have your money, they have no incentive to improve, says Kev. Possibly. That's one way of looking at it. Sure. I don't know. You'd have to think of it like, they're saying, look, they want to get feedback from the community as to how to further develop it. Yeah, I don't know. Aside from the hardcore systems fidelity, it also doesn't shy away from a bit of flair. The animated extras include a galley, working microwave, a slew of cargo bay animations, and detailed lighting setups. It's offering free updates to all the alpha buyers, and it plans to gradually raise the price as the aircraft nears beta and then final release. So yeah. 10 liveries included with it, and $24.99 right now, exclusively for the PC and for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I have it. I picked it up, and I'm intrigued by it. I think it's early days yet. It's probably too early. Let's see what happens when the next update rolls out, and any of the shortcomings that we found, or any of the problems that we found. Let's see if it starts addressing them. It is a fairly complex aircraft, though, and as I said, like, it ain't gonna hold your hand. And another level of frustration, they do have a manual, but it's quite hard to follow the manual because the manual is pointing you to systems that are not yet fully implemented, meaning you can't really get past that stage. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see where it goes. It sounds like the next update will put it into beta. They talked about doing a price increase already. Ooh. We saw how this went with the E-Jets. Yeah, a lot of hate with the E-Jets. Like, yeah, they were a slow, long burn, and they're still not finished yet. The Flight Sim Studios E-Jet series, So the manuals are ahead of the plane. Well, a little bit, yeah. I have a working microwave in my new caravan. Good man, Kev. Brilliant. Fly Somewhere, I got the early access, and they never stopped developing their aircraft. Fly Somewhere. Yeah, Roy, yeah, they're a developer who do it. I don't know. It's an interesting aircraft. We do have options for a C-130 in the sim. Granted, they're from Captain Sim, but when you look at where the Captain Sim C-130J is now versus the Blackbird, well, the Captain Sim one is actually an awful lot better because it's more complete, right? This though, this is its own unique kind of build. Mountain Man says 3 years in and we're still waiting for the VNAV for the E-Jets. Yeah, like they might argue, right? They might argue, is vertical navigation standard in the Embraers? I thought I read that somewhere that not all of them actually have VNAV. Or maybe I'm talking absolute rubbish. I thought I read that somewhere though. Not every carrier had that, which to me sounded really strange. Now I just need a way to divorce my better half without her knowing, so I can install the flight sim in the caravan. Yeah, nuts. But anyway, the Dirty 30, I'm going to check it out. We'll have a quick look at it there tonight, but what I've seen from the early part of it now is, well, I'm impressed. Yes, there's things that are shagged, but I'm impressed, you know. I reckon it's too early to judge. Give it a little while before commitment, as it's early days. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. I also understand the hesitance with giving your money away. As I said, the biggest kind of... if they told us how much the end product was going to be, I think then a lot of folks would make the decision based on, well, look, if it's going to be 60 or 70 bucks, well, I can buy it now for 25 and just live through the pains until it's ready. Because you're getting a bargain then. That, to me, that would give you some sort of boosted sales. Or, you know, us not knowing what the final release price is going to be, an awful lot of folks are like, yeah, I'll wait, you know. So yeah, the 170, 175 have VNAV standard to my knowledge, at least in the US. Okay, yeah, no, I read somewhere that not all the Embraers had VNAV standard in the aircraft. And I was like, what? How did they manage that? It was just all told, I think, you know. But anyway, the Dirty 30, we'll check it out now in a bit. Now, got friends, great news, because they've shared their first in-sim look at their Aeropract A32 Vixen for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Got friends provided a new update on their latest aircraft project for the sim, and it's the Aeropract A32 Vixen. The project quietly announced about a month ago, but today the team have revealed the first in-game screenshots and shared more about how this unique collaboration came to life. The A32 has been in development for several months, with the team reporting significant progress on the 3D model, the flight systems, avionics, and the fuel system. With the foundation in place, development is now shifting towards a full in-game implementation. And according to Got Friends, the opportunity to create the A32 Vixen, well, it arose through a conversation with Andy Humphrey. He's from Aeropract in the US. And while they originally reached out for reference material for a different project, the Taylorcraft BL65 and a BC12, still planned for later this year, well, the team were invited to bring the A32 into Microsoft Flight Sim to serve as an IFR training aid for real-world students. I love hearing this. We've seen this already. Was it the Shark we had a look at it? This is where you have an aircraft manufacturer and they see the advantages of using Microsoft Flight Sim as a real-world training aid, right? And you have a development crew like Got Friends who make friggin' awesome aircraft. We like Got Friends make some serious cool stuff. And they want them to work with them to bring the A32 into the sim. Pretty handy, isn't it? But anyway, the educational mission resonated with the developers, who describe it as a meaningful extension to the sim's capabilities. Nice. So we have a couple of pictures here to show you the little aeroplane. And again, it's going to be a training aid for IFR. Got Friends tend not to necessarily go the IFR neck of the woods. I mean, it's all the bush aircraft and you know what I mean? But IFR capabilities? Sure, why not? Loads of lovely details there. Look at that. The rivets are riveting. It looks really nice. It's therefore being built for both 2020 and 24 in collaboration with Heavenbound Aviation, and the first preview showed the detailed exterior and interior work with materials and textures crafted by 270 Inc. The aircraft itself, well, it's powered by a Rotax 912, dual seat configuration, strong backcountry potential, especially when fitted with Thunder tires and also the mudguards. Here's a picture of the interior then. It's a mad looking thing, this, isn't it? Moose Staff is in the house. Good to see you, Moose. Welcome in, man. It's mad looking, isn't it? Beautiful glass displays as well, and you know, comfy seating. Quite modern. Headphone jacks there as well. Flap handle. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. The glider community updates. They're also working on the AS33 and also the Discus, and it'll launch natively for 2020 and 24. That's the AS33ME. Both 15 and 18 meter variants. The Discus 2C glider will also relaunch following a major overhaul that includes enhanced LX avionics. Great news there. And the dual glider release will bring Got Friends total to 4 soaring aircraft, including the STEMI S12 and the Pipistrel Taurus, a collection they plan to continue supporting into the next gen of Flight Sim. It's pretty handy, isn't it? Because like they make a lot of gliders, and I have yet to do much with gliders. Very little. Do you know what I mean? Moose, I got that. Thank you very much. Moose is holding an event, lads. Where's this now? Moose is holding an event over Flight Sim Expo. And where's my buttons now? Doodly-doo-doo-doo. The After Dark Karaoke live event, ladies and gentlemen. And it's happening on the Saturday at 9 p.m. I need to fill that out. I need to fill it out. Where is it now?
Allow myself to introduce
myself. Mr. Dan, right? Who it is? Corgi, good to see you, man. But yeah, looking forward to it, Moose. I'll get on that. There'll be a bit of crack in that. At Flight Sim Expo in Houston, I had the pleasure and privilege and utter shock when we had Mustafa and also Slant Alpha performing some karaoke as Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. It was the funniest thing I've seen, and actually they were brilliant. They're actually brilliant, right? So yeah, lots of fun to come there. Absolutely lots of fun. Hemel, good to see you. Hope all is well. So yeah, look, great news there from Got Friends. Really excited to see what their next aircraft is going to look like. Now, Airplane Heaven, lads, the Spitfire, the early years. Huh? Airplane Heaven have announced Spitfire, the early years for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and compatible with 2024. The new package, which was announced on Facebook, will include the Supermarine Spitfire prototype and also the early Mark 1. The Supermarine Spitfire, one of the most iconic fighter aircraft ever produced. First flight was in March 1936. So, well, what's the project? They mentioned that they're going to be releasing the package on the marketplace and it'll carry a special price. They haven't announced a release date yet, but stay tuned over to FS Elite for more info. Now, my understanding, right, didn't they already do a Mark 1? Am I raving? I have a Scotsman, good to see you. Didn't they do a Mark 1 Airplane Heaven? So I'm kind of lost. Maybe I'm raving. Sean Game, good to see you. Yeah, they did. So, what, are they re-releasing it, or, you know what I mean? Their Mark 1 is actually very good. Oh, look at the damage model they have there. Be the Janie, look at that. They have the Mark 1. I've flown it quite a bit, and then, you know, they left it alone for a while, and then they gave it a new sound set. Oh, Jesus. So the sounds of the Mark 1 are actually quite good, right? It's about time we had a Spitfire in the sim, right? Heisenberg, good evening. Special price, is that good or bad news? I don't really know, but it's going to be up and running for 2020 and compatible with 24, right? But yeah, interesting stuff. It's a beautiful aircraft, and to be fair, they've done a great job with the Mark 1 already. I'll never forget myself and Dougal flying these in a group flight somewhere for like miles. Look, they've engine damage and everything in the devil. Be the Janie. Yeah. Still no word, of course, on their on the Lancaster, but the old story, when it's ready, it's ready. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people were saying, like, where's the Lancaster? Like, we're 4 years talking about the Lancaster. But my understanding was the project, it's not dead. It's still being worked on. But there was a massive delay, I think, with sounds, and I have a terrible feeling it's going to be part of something else because we would have seen it by now. You know what I mean? ATC Jim, good to see you, Jim. Did you hear about this, Murph? WB and JBL or JPL genuinely turned the little 152 into one of the most immersive general aviation aircraft. Oh yeah, PA Troy, have you not tried that? The Cessna 152 with WB Sim and JPL, that's a cracker, man. They actually give you a tailwheel variant of it, you know? SR-71 kind of meh, climb high, go fast. It's like a novelty aircraft. It's still cool looking, but yeah. So, yeah, interesting stuff there from Airplane Heaven. Now, iniBuilds, yes, they have released the Spartan. We took it for a quick jaunt there on Sunday. And this is a beautiful, beautiful airplane. And it's mad, right? There wasn't many of these built. It first flew back in 1936. Very much favoured by wealthy individuals. This was kind of the very first business jet, even though, you know, well, it wasn't a jet, right? I can see the price being 1936 maybe. CP65, that's a good one. I'd fly the bejesus out of that helo. An AH-1 Cobra. They're too narrow. It's always like it's a Huey that got, or it's an Apache that got squished. You know what I mean? But anyway, the Spartan. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. And, you know, the number of different variants. We have a modern cabin, modern cockpit. We have the old cabin, old cockpit. And then you have kind of like a mix in between the two of them. It's a stunning, stunning aircraft with excellent sounds. So it's just gorgeous. We're going to be flying this on Friday again. So, yeah, to super. So we'll be checking that one out here in a bit. Now, FlyX Simulations have released Murcia Airport. Murcia Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. It's an airport I've flown in and out of quite a bit in the real world. It opened in 2019, replacing the older San Javier Airport. And, well, Air Arabia, Binter, Canarias, EasyJet, Ryanair, of course, operate here. TOI Fly Belgium, Volatillier here as well, with flights to and from Africa, mainland Europe, and the UK. FlyX Simulations' rendition of Murcia Airport features high-quality detailed textures, an extensively detailed terminal with an interior. Has all the bells and whistles when it comes to the use of PBR, ground texturing, and so on. We have a little video here we're going to show you. It's from the Tube of View, and, well, let's see what this thing is all about. So, Murcia. That's me snapping my fingers. Very good, Crabby One. I'm excited for this one because, as I said, it's an airport I've been in and out of quite a bit. You know, you had either Murcia, San Javier, or you would have had Almeria. They were the main places I would have flown into over the years. And it's all in the Andalusia kind of region. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, FlyX Simulations, they've been quite busy with scenery releases. This one looks to be really nice. It's a beautiful flight, Dublin down to Murcia. It was about 3 hours. It's a nice old destination. And you're down the south of Spain. It is stunning down there. Depending on your routing, of course, a bit of ATC over, you know, France, right? But, yeah, look, really, really nice. So this airport, let me see. It can be purchased from the iniBuilds store, $14.39. Plus taxes, so $14.39. But yeah, great to see a Murcia into the sim here now as well. Great news. Now, MK Studios, they've released their Seattle Tacoma International Airport. I haven't tried this one yet. We must plan some airliner flying up that neck of the woods soon. But it's now available from MK Studios for both Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. This marks the developer's entry into one of the busiest and most iconic airports in the US. And it's one with deep aviation heritage to match the passenger traffic. So SeaTac, as it's commonly known, it's just 13 miles south of downtown Seattle, serves as the largest airport in the Pacific Northwest. It's a critical hub for Alaska and Delta Airlines, handling tens of millions of passengers each and every year. 3 runways and also an expansive terminal complex. The airport is also surrounded by a region rich in aviation history, from Boeing's long-standing presence to the emergence of major tech players like Microsoft, Amazon, making Seattle a globally connected gateway with real-world relevance for simmers. Now, Seattle in the sim, the whole region, it's absolutely stunning in Microsoft Flight Sim. You might remember, what was the name of the first airport? It was like the default airport. It was like the new Meigs Field, if you like. You used to take off out of Seattle. What was the little airport called? Out over the harbour or over the lake? Ah, Jesus, what was the name of it? But anyway, all that neck of the woods, it's absolutely stunning. So MK Studios' rendition brings a range of expected features with an execution that promises to stand out. It wasn't Friday Harbour, no, it was the other one. No, not Friday Harbour. It's in Seattle. It's just north of here. No, not Painfield. We're getting closer though. We're warmer. No, not Everett. Come back. Renton. It was Renton. Come on, Chris. Renton. That's the one I was thinking of. But anyway, what do we have? Custom jetways, vehicle models, detailed lighting systems for approaches, custom ILS, AI compatibility for traffic and airport operations. And you can see from some of the pictures here. Look at that. Look at the state of that. The Sky Bridge. Look. Huge. But it does look nice. The lighting looks to be on point, and some really nice details coming in. So yeah, MK Studios have tackled large airports before, including that of our very own Dublin, Rome and Lisbon. Seattle does seem like a particularly strategic step. SeaTac not only a major domestic hub, but also a key trans-Pacific link, making it a natural base for the long hauls out to Asia or Oceania. And for those who prefer the shorter hops, it's perfectly placed for regional flights into the likes of British Columbia, Alaska, or even Northern California. It's also a welcome alternative to other renditions in the marketplace, bringing a new flavour to the Pacific Northwest. So it's available for now for purchase via Contrail and SimMarket. It's priced in at around $20. And as I said, you can pick it up for 2020 or Flight Sim 2024. Nice. Newfoundland is here. Good to see you, man. The Sky Bridge is new since I was last there. It's huge looking. Now, over to some X-Plane news. Well, Xcoder have released Blue Canyon and Scott Valley over in the world of X-Plane. And the Northern California airports, Blue Canyon and Scott Valley, it's a small airport situated on a just over 5,000 foot canyon ridge surrounded by trees in the Sierra Nevada, about 30 miles west of Lake Tahoe. Scott Valley Airport is another small airport located in the Siskiyou County, surrounded by farmland and mountains, reaches altitudes of over 7,000 feet. And I have to say, when I saw these screenshots, lads, and of course this is using the latest and greatest when it comes to X-Plane and the new lights and lighting module, and it's getting incredible. What was that? Did something go bang? What are you eating? What are you eating? Have you some for me? Oh, Jesus. Some of these pictures, right? That's the young flip. I was looking at these going, holy crap, that's X-Plane. Right? Like, what do you think of some of these pictures? I was very impressed. Very, very impressed. I'm looking at these details going, hang on a second. And in particular, it's the lighting. You know, the clouds and it's really coming along, isn't it? Yeah, right. For awesome gamers, like, when did X-Plane look this nice? It's getting there, lads. Right? It's not comparable. Of course, you can't compare like with like. Microsoft Flight Sim is just in a different kettle of fish. But when I saw these pictures, I was like, nah, that's a fake background or something. No, it's not. It's not. It's incredible, right? Now, you don't have to go kind of too far to see, you know, the X-Plane side of the fence, but it's getting there. It's starting to look real nice, and considering these are small general aviation airports, for me, X-Plane has always been that for, you know, the commercial airliners. But this sort of quality, this is really, really exciting to see the direction of X-Plane, you know? I really hope to bring this quality. We need competition. We absolutely need competition. And, you know, the engine of X-Plane, you know, I last jumped into X-Plane a week or two ago. We flew a chopper there. But I have to say, like, it's some of the screenshots now, like, it's starting to look really nice, you know? These are add-on airports, Scott. Yeah, so these are payware airports. This isn't default. It's from Xcoder, but it looked incredible. It's great to see this direction for X-Plane stuff, you know? Look at I was looking at pictures going, hang on a second. Do you know? But, like, it's not necessarily just, you know, the immediate scenery. You know, with like fences, whatever else. It's the atmosphere. Do you know? Really wish they had mass multiplayer systems like Microsoft Flight Sim. They kind of do. Like, I mean, you can use JoinFS and all that stuff. Anyway, you can purchase this scenery. Let me see. You can purchase the Blue Canyon for $7.99 or Scott Valley for $9.99. But if you buy them both together, you get a 25% discount on both. Nice. So yeah, I thought it looked class, and I just wanted to share it with you, where kind of X-Plane is going. I was looking at these pictures, I was just blown away. I thought they were gorgeous, you know. Now, moving on, this is terribly exciting. Parallel 42 are expanding into American Truck Simulator. What? Parallel 42, well, we've never seen simulation as a limited to one genre, platform, or perspective, right? To us, it's always been about freedom. The freedom to explore, discover, and immerse, whether you're flying, driving, or something in between. And our goal is to craft experiences that make your chosen virtual world feel alive. We've often said, the world is our simulation, which reminds me I need to put that into our company description. This is from Edson over on the Parallel 42 blog. It sums up what we're about better than just about anything else. Over the years, we've created aircraft, ground vehicles, utilities, and visual effects, often focused on the things you didn't know you needed. Those sometimes missing or overlooked details pull you in and make the sim world feel more alive, and that's where we like to operate. Today, that mindset shifts gears as they venture into the world of American truck sim. This announcement from Parallel 42, Circle B Ranch. That's what they're going to do, right? Originally built for Microsoft Flight Sim, well, the Circle B Ranch has always hinted at more to come. It features a truck and a cattle trailer in its layout for the sim, a quiet hint at where things could eventually lead. In fact, Kevin and I have dedicated trucking setups where we unwind, and you often see Edson driving on his stream. Rebuilt from scratch specifically for ATS, the version of Circle B Ranch brings everything you'd expect from Parallel 42, their handcrafted detail, authentic vibe, and a strong sense of place. Ooh. Whether you're flying or hauling through Wyoming, if you feel right at home, especially if you already spent time at Circle B Ranch in Microsoft Flight Sim. So it's coming soon to ATS. So this is terribly exciting. And look at the screenshot. That's an ATS, lads. It looks the job, doesn't it? Like, we're all about, hey, how can we bridge the friggin' gap when it comes to, flying in the world that we have at Microsoft Flight Sim, and then we look at our trucks, right? Because we do quite a bit of truck sim, and we're going to be going to ATS soon. We're going to be, that's going to be the next little venture for us. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, we do it on a Tuesday night. You're just cruising, but it's so much fun, particularly when you're in a convoy. It's multiplayer. You're able to just go for an old drive, I've never once crashed. No, never once. But this, could you imagine the state of me at this? There'd be moon and everything. So Circle B Ranch, this is already available now for flights in 2020 and 2024.
Jesus.
It's in a gorgeous location. We showed it off in the stream before. And now that we have this as a replica scenery inside, or coming very soon to inside American Truck Sim, well, this is friggin' awesome, because this is very much, I'm going to land my plane, then I'm going to go for a drive, or I'm going to drive to this ranch. You're hauling your cattle, and then you have to fly the vet in, or whatever. You're going to have some really, really good experiences here. This is cool. I'm really excited to see this. It's $12 in the sim. I don't know what the price is going to be for ATS, but what do you think, lads? Good? Not good? What do you think? I would love to see a job, utility, or script fly into somewhere, deliver a job, and then truck it somewhere else. Yeah. Like, we were looking at it. We've done Aero Haul. That was like driving for the first part of the stream from point A to point B usually being an airport. And then the second part of the stream was fly from that airport to somewhere else. And it's a lot of fun, but there's no kind of hard code or hard line to link two of them together. Your imagination kind of has to do the thing. But like, this sort of idea, this is very much, I think, taking a glimpse into the future where you're able to mix and match all your simulated platforms into one complete world. However they're going to manage this, I don't know. But when we look at Microsoft Flight Sim, that has built a digital twin of the planet on a one-to-one sized replica. This makes this stuff very exciting because, I don't know, are we talking 5 years, maybe 10 years? I don't know. But imagine having that sort of open world whereby, you're able to do your flying and you're driving trucks, cars, racing, friggin' trains if you want, and who knows what else into it, all within the one digital world. It's fascinating, Some ATS you'll need to do on Saturday so you can sleep in the next day, right? I was saying earlier, says MuseFan, with such an abundance of freeware mods in the truck simming community, Parallel 42 will need to pull something pretty special out of the hat for the payware route. Yeah, 100%. They're entering into this world, which is long been established. So yeah, but again, I mean, it's whatever way. This is the start of it. If there was a way to link all of these things, this is the beginning, because you now have sceneries coming to life on a different platform, lawnmower simulation, right? I thought it was awesome news. This is exciting. And well done, Parallel 42. Let's see what else they can do. Now, we move on. A stats update for our beloved Firefly Air. We haven't done this in a while, lads, so I wanted to ramble over. The current standings, we're at 2.1, just under 2.2 million XP earned for Firefly Air. Our target is 3 million. And once we get to 3 million, well, we're going to open up a brand new hub. Now, I did mention in our Discord post a week or two ago, there's new features coming to FS Hub and Firefly Air in general. They'll be looked at over the coming weeks and then rolled out over the coming months. But there's still quite a lot of stuff happening here and all our various stat consoles. Now, Firefly Air is our virtual airline. It's free to join. We're very laid back. You can fly what you want, where you want, pretty much how you want. You're scored on things like, you know, the distance that you fly, how soft your landing is. And even if you're on Xbox, well, you can still take part and be part of this virtual airline because you can use PIREPs, pilot reports, to let us know where you flew or where you've flown and what you're getting up to. So we have some stats here and we can see a couple of bits and bobs. There is kind of, you know, the United States, very much the busiest country where we're flying at the moment. And when she drops down, then as you can see, there's been 140 visits to the United States over the last week or so. The UK, Malaysia, Canada, France, Ireland. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Some of the landing rates, they vary, which is great to see over the last week or so. Sean Dale, minus 31 feet a minute, which is unbelievable. The current record count is with 6 knots with Kieran. He's currently sitting on 18,445 XP. And then we have the longest distance per pilot. All these stats were put together by 6 knots with help from Rambog Mord. And Gibbo was able to throw them in there then into the website, which is class. But we're also tracking our VATSIM flights. So these are the flights that the guys are doing each and every Thursday night when they connect to Firefly Air and they're flying on VATSIM. So if you like doing your VATSIM flights, well, fly with the Firefly Air call sign and make sure you're connected to LRM. And then, of course, we can look at the XP leagues, right? So currently in the Sean's Premiership, well, Sean Dale way out in front at 224,000. Ironbird and 6 knots closing in close behind. Restoring 226 and MDA, and then Viper Strike just behind them. Top pilots in the other leagues, the Dirty Dozen, we've See You Later, Assidious, Belbro, Cy Murray and Scorpio. In League 2, the Field of Dreams, we've Pete Roberts, David Bay, Rambog, Nighthawk, Canoe Head, with Tarnish just behind them. The Motley Crew, which is League 3, we have Tima, Dougal McTavish, we have Muse Fan, Fierce Wolf, and Spy Command. Kahari is in there as well. The Road to Glory. The Road to Glory, we have Asgard, we have Peter Van Rossum, Crusher, Gaseous Maximus, and Kevin Riley. And as we move on, the Skoda Conference, friends. Ah, yes. We have Angels 1-5, Sandro, Davey. We have Beamy Noble Drew. Flying Diggs is in there with Pogs 1 just behind. And Jesus, I'm in 11th place. Am I beating Gibbo? I think I am. Where's Gibbo? Am I ahead of him? Gibbo's always been ahead of me in this. I bet you I'm ahead of him. Am I ahead of him? Where's Gibbo? Oh no, balls! He's not. He's ahead of me. Right, never mind. Jesus. I need to get out to the Skoda conference. But then again, I do like it there. Do you know? But yeah, so every time you go flying, lads, this is where we can track your flights, and it's a bit of fun. And there's missions as well, and there's also a whole load of other stuff. You have a SimRate table now for those who fly using SimRate, because, you know, in fairness to 6 knots, they calculated different ways of how to keep things fair. You have your PIREP report flights. You can see, well, who's doing the most amount of PIREPs, so mainly Xbox pilots, right? Then we have the non-XP League. These are just people flying and enjoying themselves, and so on and so forth. And if you want to get to any of this stuff when it comes to Firefly Air, well, if you click on our website, go on over to TwoToneMurphy.com, go to Firefly, click on the Firefly Air button. It'll bring you to FS Hub. So where's this now? Firefly Air. There's the top. We can just do it this way now. So FS Hub. This will log us into where everything's based. Click on airlines. We have Firefly Air up there. We have 172,000 flights, lads. What? 879 pilots. It's staggering. So when you click in on Firefly Air, well, you're going to get all the information about it. How do you set it up? How do you make the thing work? And all our different stats, all the recent flights. You can upload screenshots and media there as well. And if you want access to any of our downloads, well, you'll get them over on TwoToneMurphy.com as well. That's where all deliveries are. So there's a whole load of stuff. If we click on the live radar, these are live pilots right now flying for Firefly Air. We got 12 folks flying at the moment, and they're spread out all over the world. It's great to see. Now, as I said, there's things that we can do as well. If we have a look at the crew portal, we have ad hoc missions, which are only deadly. You click on an ad hoc mission and it'll say, look, these are different flights. Maybe it's a chopper flight. Maybe it's a VIP. Maybe it's a cargo flight, whatever. You also have something called the duty schedule. And this I love. You can put in your departure airport over here. So let's say Dublin, right? And I have 2 hours. I have 2 hours available to me. I want some sort of a duty schedule. All right. What's the minimum distance you can fly? Let's put in 50. What's the maximum you can fly? Let's call it 150. And I'm going to say generate a duty schedule for me. And this is what real world pilots do. They arrive into work. Here's your duty roster. Off you go. So the flight it's giving us here is, okay, the first leg, we wanted to fly from Dublin up to Letterkenny. Then it's Letterkenny back to Dublin. Then it's Dublin over to Blackpool. Blackpool back to Dublin. Then it's Dublin to Connacht, and then Connacht back into Dublin. And you complete all of these flights, right? You multiply all of your different, you're multiplying your experience points. So if you're somewhere fighting in the middle of the tables and you want to start getting points quickly, the duty schedule is the one to do. And if you're really interested in doing some of the achievements, well, you can click in and find out what some of the achievements are. And these are all the achievements that are active. And some of these are absolutely friggin' brilliant. You have a single flight achievement, for example. Let's look at something mad here. This one here, the Jedi level landing challenge, right? Only Jedi Masters attempt this one. You'll get 1,000 XP if you manage to do this flight. Isn't it cool? There's a whole load of stuff here, lads. You need to check it out, and it's all with our virtual airline. Then you have multi-leg stuff. We've done a lot of this when it came to a lot of our streams. But you can see this one here, unauthorized glow reel, the real Firefly ops, right? And these are all the different legs that you can do, and these are multi-flights. All right, multi-flights. So there's an absolute ton of stuff you can do there. We've all the human resources. So when someone applies to the airline, that's where we pick them up. Your pirate approvals, we see them in there. For example, we can see, well, here's one here. This was, where's that? Edinburgh. We can go in and have a look at the flight. We can preview what it looked like, the landing rate, and the distance that was covered. And we can preview all of these things. And once we approve them, this all gets saved to your own dashboard, in which then you have your logbook. And if I were to click into my logbook, right, I can have a look at all the flights that I've done. So here's one we did on Sunday, right? I can view this, and I need to set up the aircraft ICAO because it's a new aircraft in the sim. But look at this. It gives you a full flight log of what you've done. All of this is free, lads. It's free, right? It's excellent. So you can see, this is the top speed, my landing rate, the distance that I flew, how much fuel I burned, my payload, and so on and so forth, and all the landing information. And you can upload screenshots for this as well. You can do all that sort of stuff. It's awesome. You get a map of all the locations you've flown to. As I said, it's all for free. So do be sure to check it out over on TwoToneMurphy.com. And if you are interested, as I said, we have an awesome download section here. You can go in and grab a ton of liveries. So if you go onto the website, click on downloads, and make sure you're registered up. Your filter your types, you can go by Firefly Air. And this will show you all the liveries that we have. Some amazing liveries have been created. And there's also some sound packs and other stuff as well. And we also have our truck sim stuff. And very soon you're going to see some American truck sim things in there. Then we've other bits and bobs like sceneries, and there was an app that Gibbo made when it comes for voice controlling using your smart devices. We also have POH and checklists. We have landing challenges, sceneries, add-ons, you name it. And all of this is free. This is all for free, and it's over on our website, TwoToneMurphy.com. So do be sure to check it out. Right. Where is this now? Looks like they're finally getting the LOD fixed. High performance. Energizer, is that for the 222 or the 225? I think it is. Anyway, in our last bit of news tonight, lads, VATSIM events happening over the weekend. There's one here, Helsinki to Amsterdam, happening on Saturday between 5:30 and 2100 Zulu. And VATSIM Scandinavia and the Dutch VACC are excited to invite you to the Helsinki Amsterdam City Shuffle. Fly between the Finnish and Dutch capitals on the 10th of May, starting at 4:30 Zulu. And the event will run until 2000 Zulu. Oh, look, that's local time. Good. So you can squeeze in a return sector to make the most out of ATC. And you can see, you get the full pilot briefing and all the information there that's there. And this is all with VATSIM Radar, VATSIM-radar.com. This website is absolutely savage, because see the routes, it's giving you the routes that you can pre-file it automatically on VATSIM, pre-file it on your sim brief, or just copy the route and put it in. You can also open up additional information on a separate page. This is all thanks to VATSIM Radar. This website is probably the best when it comes to looking at VATSIM traffic, including where people are flying at. All the VATSIM stuff. It is incredible, and that's freeware as well. VATSIM-radar.com. It's the absolute bee's knees. Now, a couple of things to start showing off tonight. This is going to be busy. Now, here's my issue, lads, right? So the aircraft we're looking at, this is the PA28 Arrow, right? This is JustFlight, and this just got announced this evening. I got an email from JustFlight saying, Murph, this thing is coming very, 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 very soon. So let's kind of remove the head scratching. I'm going to tell you. Next to be released for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 will be the series of the PA28s, originally released a few years back for Flight Sim 2020. We're glad to be able to finally have these released for the new platform, and that is scheduled to happen this coming Friday. The updates, get ready for this, will be free to current owners, and we're also going to be offering a 28% discount off each of the aircraft for 2 weeks. If you already own JustFlight's Piper Arrows, this will be a free upgrade into, or an update into Flight Sim 2024. They're a compatibility update. They're not the native 2024, it's the compatibility, yeah? But this is great news because, well, you can see, and I have a changelog here, I'll read down through it, because these aircraft, man alive, I have missed flying these. And considering how old they are, right, JustFlight have decided to spend time fixing them, updating them, and then re-releasing them for free to existing customers. And new potential customers are getting a 28% discount. And it's all happening this coming Friday. So it includes the PA28 Arrow, the Turbo Arrow, and also the Warrior. All right. So, where is this now? Let's finish this. Okay, so the rest of it is just information for me. But let us talk through some of the updates, right? Some of the updates. So I have... Here's the one for the Arrow 3. It brings it up to version 0.11, pending release. They've added Flight Sim 2024 compatibility. It's upgraded to a... Oh, hang on. It is upgraded to a Flight Sim 24 native package. Additional model LODs added for improved performance. Added the JustFlight version 3 of their EFB. They've redesigned the interface, including a new grayscale aircraft page. Added support for Navigraph en route charts. Added ability to draw on the Navigraph charts. Added a confirmation pop-up when changing the aircraft state. And improved transition logic between the JavaScript and HTML, and also the WASM EFB pages. Now, the issue I have with this at the moment, there's a WASM crash in this, so I can't do much with the aircraft. I've gone back to JustFlight and say, lads, so nothing I can do. But they've also added interactive paper charts. They've added a heading sync hidden click spot on the screw to the left of the HSI. They added ADI wobble during engine start, improved the flight model, including the low speed handling, improved stall characteristics, added the new Microsoft Flight Sim ground friction. They've added CFD support, improved trim sensitivity logic. Elevator trim is now less sensitive. Added trim sensitivity saving, improved the alt hold logic, improved state saving, performance optimization of the digital displays, improved the ADF tuning logic, improved landing light bloom effects, fixed the ASI temperature reference, fixed the battery not recharging to 12 volts, improved the cockpit and showcase cameras. Pilot avatar will now be shown in the cockpit when the co-pilot camera is selected. Reordered aircraft into alphabetical order in the CFG. They've added new thumbnails. Updated clean and worn textures for flights in 2020. Textures provided for both 2020 and 2024 formats. They fixed the missing nav GPS switch labels. They removed the paint kit from aircraft package, is now available via the Arrow 3 support page. Removed documentation folder, updated the operations manual, and updated the EFB manual. They've done an awful lot of work here. And I'll talk about the other aircraft now. This is just the Arrow 3. It does look very, 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 very nice. But again, a limitation I have this evening, lads, unfortunately, whilst we can see the aircraft, there is a WASM bug in there somewhere. I can't disable it. JustFlight need to press a button for me. So the aircraft, it's activated, but it's broken. So I'm not too worried because we can read the look at the details. Look, I've missed these things. We can read what the changelog is all about. And even inside the aircraft, I mean, you know, have you missed this zone or what? Have you missed this sort of stuff? So like the tablet won't turn on, unfortunately. So they still have their own EFB, which is great. And well, in that's where you're able to change around your avionics and so on. But the yokes are shagged. I can't turn them in opposite direction. And even the battery coming on, it's just like a standard WASM crash, isn't it? You know, the red seats, yeah. But it does look very, very nice, crisp and clean, and just absolutely wonderful looking. Got a little click spot over here. Not sure what that is. But I'm very, very excited to be flying this once they release it. As I said, due to come out on Friday. And yeah, I mean, look at that. Isn't it a gorgeous plane? Do you know? It's like a license failure. Yeah, there's some sort of a WASM issue there. Mine had the same GPS units. Nice.
Hello there.
Chaz, good to see you. Looks plush, yeah. It's a beautiful airplane, lads. Really gorgeous plane. I put a lot of time in these arrows over the years in flight sim. But yeah, it's just there's something wrong. I can't use the ailerons. Everything's locked. Some buttons work, some don't. All your circuit breakers, they were all modelled. These are phenomenal airplanes. But yeah, it's whatever bug we have at the moment. I've let JustFlight know about it. But it's 9 o'clock at night time. I don't expect anyone to be working. These guys are based in the UK. But at least you can see visually. And the exciting news is, well, these aircraft are on the way. And they're coming very, very soon. In fact, they're planning to get them out this coming Friday, which is just savage news altogether. So that's the Arrow 3. Let's have a quick look at the changelog for the Turbo Arrow, shall we? So 2024 compatibility upgraded to a native package, additional LODs. They've added again the EFB. They've added interactive paper charts, added a heading sync button. It's very same. And they've also fixed the ASI. They fixed the battery not recharging, improved the cockpit and showcase cameras. They're much the same. And the very last one then comes to the PA28 Warrior, which I did a review on a while back. Same story. It's a native 2024 package. New EFB has gone in there as well. And we have improved flight model, improved autopilot, performance optimization. All the fixes are in there as well. They've also improved the landing light bloom effects. They've updated all the textures for the aircraft inside and out. And that was the only real negative thing I had. I had two negatives when I did a review on the Piper Warrior. One, of course, was the age, and you have to understand this. And I was, at the time, I was scratching my head. I was thinking, for God's sake, like, you know, this aircraft has been out, but it hasn't been updated. And then JustFlight were saying, yeah, but Murph, you know, it's not very easy to keep going back to upgrade stuff. I mean, we're working on other projects. There has to be timing. JustFlight have completely and very pleasantly surprised me because they've now updated this fleet to work in Flight Sim 24, and there's no charge. There's no charge. If you already own the PA28s, it's a free update. If you don't own the PA28s, you can pick them up at a special 28% off discount. That'll run for a little while. Isn't it only deadly? And I'm sure you can see from the textures, like, these have been updated. What do we think of that? JustFlight they're absolutely leading the charge here, lads, when it comes to friggin' awesomeness. Because these are old aircraft. These came out in like late 20 and early 2021, right? And they've gone back now and made the fleet up and running inside of Flight Sim 2024, and it's a free update. Brilliant news. And they've given it, you know, they've put in fixes. They've just fixed the whole thing. It's great. So that is the Arrow 3 that we have here. I have the other ones, but they all suffer the same WASM crash. So, you know, hopefully JustFlight will get that sorted, and, you know, we should be able to fly this on Friday if you'd like. Well, I expect to see a lot of flights of these aircraft because I've loved them. The Warrior especially there was just something about the Warrior I used to love. The Arrow, I spent so much time in the Arrow, and then the Turbo Arrow came out with that beautiful T-tail as well. And yeah, very, very exciting news, and well, a big massive well done to JustFlight. I thought it was brilliant, right? Now, the backdrop that we're here, lads, this is old Buckenham Airport, or Aerodrome, right? The aerodrome served as a US Army Air Force base during the Second World War and was home to the 453rd Bombardment Group. Located near the, Attleborough in Norfolk in England, it provided a strategic base for bomber missions over occupied Europe due to its proximity to the East Coast. Today, the aerodrome houses 2 museums dedicated to preserving the wartime legacy. The 453rd Bombardment Group Museum contains the largest collection of memorabilia from the group, which operated B-24 Liberators from the airfield during the Second World War. The museum also features the 8th Air Force Heritage Gallery, sharing personal stories of the US servicemen and women stationed in East Anglia during the war. Old Buckingham is at the forefront of sustainable aviation in the UK, hosting the country's first electric aircraft charging point powered entirely by solar energy. It's making it the 4th such facility in the world, right? The aerodrome has been painstakingly recreated by Burning Blue Design, undertaking on-site visits to ensure the highest levels of accuracy. There's over 100 custom 3D objects, accurate runways, taxiways and custom taxi signs, detailed hangar interior with animated hangar doors, accurate cafe interior. It's open Wednesday to Sunday from 9 till 4. A completely custom windsock, animated spectators, fully dynamic weather compatibility, enhanced high-resolution colour-corrected ground textures, and native support for both Flight Sim 2020 and 2024. It's available right now. You can pick it up over on the Burning Blue Design website, and it be priced at, wait for it, £10.95, right? Let's go exploring to see what we can see, right? And, well, look, hang on. We'll go out to, you know, the road in. It's in a lovely neck of the woods, isn't it? We'll go out to the road here now. Come on out to the main road now. We get an idea of what's happening. Right, so that be the facility. There's our runway. And you can kind of see the layout of the old airport, can't you? So we can see the layout. Right, let's ramble in, lads. Let's ramble in. You gotta love Flight Sim 24, man. Alright, so we got some welcome signs. Let's have a gawk. The Liberator Museum is to the left. Administration Rocket and Roll is to the right. We'll go right and then we go left. How's that? Let's have an little gawk around. Got some static aircraft. Offices or mobile homes and stuff. We have a van and a man. Let's ramble. Here's our hangars. Do they have interiors? No. Touchdown engineering. Nice. Tractors. There's that solar yoke for the charging, is it? That's mad, isn't it? Electrical charging stations for friggin' aircraft. Here's our control tower. I kid you not. Right? Brilliant. Jesus, we can do with a truck like that here. That'd be fierce handy. What is that over there? Oh, it's hay. Jeez. That's a lot of hay. Alright, ramble on, ramble on. We got some nice stuff here. Static aircraft. We got the spectators. What's this now? The Right Honourable Grant Shapps opened that place. The Right Honourable, he says. It's just a radio control facility. Well, it's kind of like a tower, yeah. It's yeah, kind of. Where's this now? Air Force Heritage Gallery. Well, the gallery's in here. I wonder, can you go in? Hello. This is Jimmy's 8 late. Self-service option. Is there any interior to any of this? No? There is. Huzzah! It's a bit of a hangar. Okay, so that's the starting position. Right. There's the firehouse. But I don't think there's no museum that I can see, is there? That's where the Fonz lives, Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, there's no you have your hangar all right. Okay. What about in here now? Welcome. Air Traffic Services, Old Buckingham. Oh, that's class, isn't it? The Crow's Nest. Station 144 Bistro. Yep. There's Practically Geek. There he is there enjoying a burger and chips. Come on yourself. Just look at the pictures, look. B-25 bomber hits Empire State. Wait, what? Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? We like that. Hurry up. Alright. We've more stuff over here. Very nice. The old taxi. The museum. What's that say? Imperial Museum. No interiors though. Wouldn't it be great to see like the interiors? What's this now? Look at this. Jeez, this is well done, isn't it? United States Army Forces Station 144 Old Buckingham. Ah, that's nice, isn't it? That's awesome. That's a nice, small, little, quaint little airfield. Great history at the place, isn't there? Nicely done. It's just one of those general aviation airfields to fly into. Like, it's very, very Burning Blue design. They do great little stuff. Oh, that's actually the original runway look. Or is it? No, it's not. Or is it? I mean, if you're flying friggin' big planes off it, I imagine that was once where the original airport was. See the layout? I reckon it was. I would say so, yeah. Part of the original, and then you have this fine house over here. I don't know, was that like the offices mess of the quarters? Or maybe they're just like houses. I don't know. Alright. Good stuff from Burning Blue Design. This is available right now, as I said. You can pick it up. And yeah, it's nice. It's a small little airport. They've no Skodas though. I mean, for a second there now I was saying, Jesus, yeah, this is a cracker. But I don't see any Skodas. We're going to have to take at least 1 point off. Unless, of course, we find a Skoda. But I don't see any Skodas. Yeah. No Skodas. What's the world coming to, lads? It's pretty. It is pretty. Looks like a treehouse. Yeah. Oh, it is pretty. Right, moving on. Back to our main menu. And, well, we're going to do something here. We're going to do two things here. We're going to jump into the 407. Right. And we're going to bring this one over to Svolvaer. Let's have a look now, Murph. Let's have a look. Buttons need to be pressed here. Do. So, there's some buttons. Is it ENSH, isn't it? ENSH. ENSH. Svolvaer. So this is a scenery that we checked out with we checked this out by Wombi. He developed this scenery and he did some rather cool things with it because you can actually change the tower depending on the year you wanted. And there's also, you can activate the snowplow and you can activate runway lights and all this kind of stuff, right? It was done very, very well. So the night lighting at the other place, very basic, I'd say. But yeah, I should have done that. I should have done that nice up. Limbix is here, good to see you. More than likely home was formerly a battalion HQ. Probably, yeah. Yeah. It's a nice little airport for sure by Burning Blue. They've done a great job. So this one here, lads, this is two things. The scenery, Jesus, that went bang. The scenery from, now I've just set up my controls. The scenery from Wombi for this neck of the woods, it is absolutely friggin' gorgeous, right? It was beautiful in Flight Sim 2020. I have not yet checked it out in 2024. And yes, it is the Divil with the seagull. Do you remember the mad seagull? Remember that Divil? We did this some time ago. So I just want to get me little controls set up here now, hey, and that shall do us. And wait, now this is a 2024 aircraft, so do I need to remove before flight and stuff? Don't think so. Oh, we're looking good. Right, get into the chopper we go. Do we have a cockpit camera? And the question is this going to work? Let's find out. Yeah, it does. All right, so we'll check out the chopper here now in a moment. This is the scenery. And this is what it looks like now in Flight Sim 2024. And hang on, where's the seagull? Right? Do you know, This fella could tell you stories, lads. Hang on, I'll slow everything down. This is very, very, very important, right? Here's the old airport. Yeah. Now, I mean, this thing now, lads, you might be looking at it going, Murph, there's nothing wrong with this. That's wrong. Yeah, this works, right? Just get an idea of this now, right? Fine. No matter where you go, he's always looking at you. Jesus.
Jesus.
So anyway, that was the seagull that we used to look
Dude,
at.
have you been drinking?
I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
But what we have here is a scenery that was released in Flight Sim 2020, and now here we have it in Flight Sim 2024, and you can see
Something on the way. Something.
You can see from the upgrades, if you like, that Wombi was able to take advantage of when it comes to your Flight Sim 2024 scenery. I mean, look at the state of that with the rocks and just the textures in general, right? So, something that isn't often talked about, why it takes so much work that goes from a 2020 scenery into a 2024, and it's much more than just the LODs, right? This airport, the upgrade from Wombi was free, right? But the difference of the amount of work, the terminal in 2020 took 5 different LODs in 2020. But when he imported it into 2024, it was shagged. So he had to change everything twice and then twice again. So what we have here, look, I'll show you this. Look, you have to see it to believe it. See it to believe it. So something that I often get talked about, this is why so much work gets converted into 2024 stuff. So all the different LODs, you're technically making these scenery objects like multiple times because it has to work inside of Flight Sim 2024, right? Here's the same terminal with the rework done in 2025 to make it look satisfactory. See the differences with all the LODs? See how different that all changes? And that's to make it working within your, you know, it's the same image, just the LOD has to be so much different. And it has to be done in such a way that it's going to play nice with Xbox and both PC at the same time. So there's a huge amount of work that goes into this. And this is a relatively small scenery, right? It's a relatively small scenery. Could you imagine what's done then when it comes to some of the larger ones? Savage work, like completely. Especially when you talk about the LOD. You know what I mean? Like the airport features itself, it's a beautiful location. I mean, this part of the world is stunning. And to see it now in Flights in 2024, I mean, lads, can we just have an owl gawk at this place? Like, look at the state of this location. Like, need we say any more? Like, isn't it gorgeous? It is a stunning location, right? So it was a free upgrade for anyone who had it already in 2020. It's now working on 2024. And like, this is what I love. Look at the detail. Look at that, look. That's friggin' nuts, isn't it? It's gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. And then, like, you know, simple things inside the terminal building, like people there, and slow your camera down, getting folks in there. The sounds, interior sounds. That's brilliant, isn't it? Right? So this is from Wombi. And it's done really well. The location here is savage. Look at that. I mean, even the friggin' firehouse is done in 3D. Scanja! Oh, yeah. It's done really well, isn't it? Interior buildings for everything. And also, depending on the year you have it set to, you can either have that as this automatic tower, or if you change the date, it'll actually appear a full ATC. What was the date we had to go back to? Was it 2020 or something? We'll change the year, look. Look, you go back a couple of years, and next thing you know, it gives you a full tower instead, because that's the way the airport used to look. And this sort of thinking, I think... That was a bad sentence. If we could see more of this from developers, could you imagine being able to transform an entire airport based on the date? Wouldn't that be something? Like, imagine, for example, old Buckingham. Imagine if there was a slider, you changed the date back to, like, I don't know how far the date goes back, but let's say you brought it back to 1936. All the buildings changed to what they looked like in 1936. Like, that could be nuts. You know what I mean? But, like, this building was demolished at, like, the end of 22 or 23. So if we change our date here, it's gone. That's mad, isn't it? It's brilliant. It's bloody brilliant that you can do that. But again, look at the area, lads. This is a stunning, stunning airport. And Wombi did an incredible job here. And it's a lot of functionality. You can tune your radio frequency in, and that'll activate the snowplow. The snowplow goes off and clears the runway. You can also change your radio frequency to turn on the approach lights. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff with this airport. It's not just, you know, an absolutely stunning location, which of course it is. The airport itself, single runway, it's very, very functional. It's friggin' awesome. So a massive shout out to Wombi for this, because it's class, lads. It's Svolvaer. The ICAO code is Echo November Sierra Hotel. Where does he sell it again? ENSH for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's on flightsim.to. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Do. It's not the MXI one, it's a different one. Oh, it's on the marketplace. No, it's on the marketplace, lads. Pick it up in the marketplace. That's where you get it. Like, it's absolutely savage, isn't it? So what we're going to do here next, well, we have a helicopter. And what we're going to show off here now, this is very, very new, very new, because it's still very much work in progress. This is an upcoming sound pack from Echo 19 for the Bell 407. This little machine here, right? And I haven't put an awful lot of time in this, but we're going to check it out and have a listen to how these sounds are. Because sounds, when it comes to a flight simulator, the sounds are some of the most important things we can get. They just are, because that's, you know, it's all part of the simulation, right? So we're going to jump into the chopper, have a listen to the sounds, and let's see what happens, right? Now, does anyone know how to fly this? Right, let's have a look up here. Do we have an overhead? We do. Oh, you get... Ah, right, so we do one of these. So the battery... Let's have a listen to the sounds. And if you hear anything weird or wonderful, this is very much work in progress. But Tyler just wanted to say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Now, that scared the crap out of me just as much as it scared the crap out of you. Bloody hell. Try it again, Murph. Beautiful sounds. Shh. Where's that button to tell it to shut up? Do you hear all the buttons? Is that right? Easy. It's not doing the right thing, is it? Yeah, that's a collective, right? That's okay. Where's the button to turn the thing off from shouting at us? This used to have a button. Float test, no. Fire detection test, no. Balls, there used to be a button for this somewhere. Put the seatbelt on. That's what it sounds like, isn't it? There used to be like a switch for this. Okay, all of those. There it is. Jesus. Mind the gap. The sounds already, though. Gen off for this one. Hydraulics on. Fuel valve on. ALT is armed. And then we have a starter and then we have a throttle. Idle off. We have sounds. Right now. She's thinking of starting. What's it missing? Think now, Murph. Think now. Boosters, yes. The sounds are savage. Right now. Ignition switch on the top of the throttle. Oh, we already hit that one. And now. Easy now. Leave that off for a second, right? Landing lights. Fuel valve off. She can't start. Right. Would you believe it? Wait for it. I think we have fuel, yeah. Should have fuel. We'll put them in the forward tank as well. What's she missing now? FADEC fault. That's not good. FADEC failed. Hydraulics are on. Boosts are on. Leave them off for a minute. Right now. FADEC, right? Float test. You switch off the fuel valve. Yeah, I know. We'll try it again. I'd like kill the battery there. I think it did. Generator off. If we run her flat, we probably run her flat. Right, let's try it again. Try one more time. Because I pressed something I shouldn't have. I sort of accidentally forgot to remove a very LOD generator Did they? Have you been to Clare Island yet? I haven't, you know. Have we been to Clare Island? I think we have. Right, we'll try this one more time, so let us see. Okay, why isn't this stuff working now? Do. I say this isn't saved, that's what's wrong. That's okay. GTM heli. Bear with us now. Yes, GTM heli. Okay, they won't move because we have everything turned off. Right, try it again, Murph. So battery, mind your ears. Blower off. Great sounds, isn't there? Shh. Okay, so we check all our little test buttons here because they sound class. Fuel quantity is very low, so we need to put some fuel in. Something like that. Right, load that. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We'll try this one more time. Fuel valve is on, right? We need that. On up here, avionics are on. Anti-collision lights, they're grand. Position lights come on. Avionics, leave them alone. Then we have our booster pumps. Avionics, leave them alone. Gyro, leave all that crap off. We don't need it. Pedals, don't worry about that. Generator. Right, let's see what happens here, shall we? Fingers crossed this will work. Press and hold the starter and then listen. There's rotation.
Oh, Jesus.
Idle.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Shh. Are you missing a trick, lads? Is there... What's that say? Emergency, no. Defroster, no.
Can I get a refund?
Which now? We're in a low idle. What's that button? Right now.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That's weird, isn't it? Why isn't she liking? Right, stand by for sounds. No, I didn't see anything outside the chopper. Because you know the way it's a 2024 chopper, but like...
It's not the plane, it's the pilot.
It's weird, isn't it? All the circuit breakers in. Hang on. Oh, wait. What does that do? That's okay. They're okay. Okay, the heater broke it. Air conditioning, no. Weird, isn't it? I have a terrible feeling this is shagged. What's idle, right? This guy here should be moving. Manual mode on the FADEC? Is there a fuel tank selector? Not sure. Not sure. It's not on the checklist. Cyclic centering, throttle idle, fuel pressure normal, starter switch start, start auto light, MGT should be rising, but none of that's happening. Gen be off, right? They're just booster pumps. you'd want them on, like, do you know what I mean? No, generator should be off for starting the chopper, and then you put it on. That's friggin' mad, isn't it? Is there a fuel tank selector? No. I don't know what the story is here, lads. We'll try it one more time. There's nothing outside the aircraft that, like, I've neglected to remove. This is Nemet's helicopter, so, like, there shouldn't be anything here. You know what I mean? We'll try it one more time. That's most unusual. Battery on. Turn the blower off. Reach you for a second, right? Equalize your fuel tank quantities. No, let's try that. High performance fuel. Oh, we've got fuel in both tanks. Alright. Put the booster on. Right. Hydraulics are on. Gen off. Batteries on. Shouldn't need anything else.
Hello there.
Turn this guy to idle. We'll go for start. NG's rising, right? It goes as far as 12. Doesn't even go. There's 12, right? And nothing. It's staying at 12. It's as if there's no fuel. Even though we fuel flow. MGT isn't rising. Interesting. Fuel switch on and guarded. Yeah, she's on. And guarded. Super Tom says, remember the 407 had a bug that prevented a cold start? Really? Oh. Try the gen on now.
Hello there.
No. Look at that. Like, NG is holding at 12. Control E doesn't want to work either. For crying out loud. Is there... Am I missing a trick, lads? There's no, like, emergency fuel shut-off valve or that, no? Where's that big fool when you need him? What's to do with your flight collective? Creature welcome in. 28 volts minimum. This thing is dead, man. This is dead. We may start it on the runway. What do you reckon? We may start this on the runway. Engines running and all that jazz. You know what I mean? Where's Svolvaer? Oh, balls. There it is. No? Right now. Ian. What was it? Svolvaer. What was that, lads? D. ENSH. What was there? Right. On the runway. In you go, you big Jesse. Hopefully this works now. That's most unusual, isn't it? You could do sim auto start. No idea. Fornax will come in. That's so strange it's not working, isn't it? Yeah, chopper's shagged, lads. She's working now, though. I'm expecting good things. Oh wait, hang on, it's alive. What? Okay, it's alive now. This is most unusual. Right. Throttle's good. And some lights. Do you ever have a feeling that it's just shagged? Sounds good though. It's like it's still warming up. Let's have a listen. does sound good. Right, let's have a listen. So. Man, it sounds really good, doesn't it? Alright, so what's it like with a flyby sound? If you can do such a thing. Easing out. The sounds are really good. There's no rotor or slap though. Don't crash, Murphy! The sounds are really, really good, but I just think the chopper is shite. Is now? Oh man, that sound! That's really good. Here's that rotor slab. That's really good, isn't it? It does make the chopper a lot better, but that cold and dark issue. When is it due out? I don't have a release date yet. Like, he's still working on it. It sounds freaking deadly. Sounds close to the ground. Sounds good, lads. Alright. Bring it in for a quick... Jesus. Jesus. Bring it in for a quick landing. Yeah, alright now. Easy. Oh man, hear that touchdown. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright. There's the fuel hold. So here's the worry, right? Echo 19 sounds are excellent. The chopper, not so excellent. Fornax, you did. Sounds are really good, man. It's just a little bit on the old shag side the chopper is, isn't it? I thought you would have had an aversion, right? It's either on forever or off forever, no in between. No, yeah, like the sounds are quite good for the chopper, but like the chopper's shagged, like there's no fuel running, and yes, there was fuel running. You know what I mean? Like, how long have you, like, it's... Like, I know it takes a while to spool down and all, but that's a little bit on the... What? Isn't it? These amazing sounds. Yeah, wait for the chopper to be fixed. It's Nemeth design, so, like, you'll be waiting a while. I must talk to Echo 19 on it because there's no way he's having these issues. The sounds are excellent, like they really are, but it's the chopper letting it down, isn't it? Like, hello, there's no fuel, everything's turned off. I'll give it full collective to see will that kind of help slow down the RPM. Like, that's... Like, that's nuts, look. Yeah, I think the old chopper shagged, didn't it? How long do they take to spill down, like? I was thinking that. Like, that's with the friggin' rotor brake on.
Oh, Jesus.
I did, the rotor brake has been on. I've held that on for the last 5 minutes. Right. You keep it going to cool down the engine, but then after it's cooled, stop down should be fairly quick at the rotor brake. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's the chopper needs work. Echo 19 sound pack is very good, but the chopper's not great. You know, it's just not great. The sounds like two sounds playing at once for a bit. Yeah, I'm not worried. Like it's early days. It's work in progress. The sounds, but it's the chopper letting it down. You know. Jesus. So let's see, can we do a Control E start? It's not looking good though, look. So that's Control E. That should have turned everything on, including the fuel. So you can't do a cold dark start with this chopper. They need to fix that, don't they? Anyway, right, so Svolvaer and the 407 sound pack. Yeah. Beautiful scenery, beautiful sounds. Chopper, not impressed. Not impressed at all. Anyway, we shall move on. Next up, lads, is going to be a quick look at iniBuilds Gatwick. We'll also jump into the Spartan here as well. The Spartan, let me see now. We want this one with the modern, right? So we're going to go with the modern cabin, rather. English Murphy, you can do it. And let's go to Gatwick and see what this one's all about, shall we? London Gatwick. That's yeah. Echo Golf Kilo. Let everything load in for us. Easy now. Don't break stuff. We'll go over to the old maintenance gate and just have a quick look here, right? So make it daytime. Unload in, right? Unload in. So iniBuilds Gatwick, this is a brand new airport on the way. It's not released just yet. So if we do see anything kind of weird or wonderful, we'll be sure to let them know. Right, look at the size of the hangar where I just decided to spawn in my teeny tiny plane. However, this teeny tiny plane, the Spartan, this is a beaut. It's a gorgeous plane. 1930s and everything. It's just stunning, you know. So remove that, and remove that. That'll do it. And into our beautiful Spartan executive aircraft here as we spin around and we'll get an idea of what's happening. So before we check out the plane, well, let's check out the scenery. Look at the Boeing maintenance hangar. So this is London Gatwick. And I don't know, any of you guys familiar flying in and out of this airport? It's a premium airport from iniBuilds, right? Meaning it's built for Flight Sim 2024. So let's ramble in and have a look, shall we? We were there last year. Ooh. Like, look at the detail you have here, look. Jesus. Last time you flew to England was in Gatwick. Really, Scott? Nice. Whole short lines. Taxi markers are all bang on. You like to see it? Great detail. Great textures on the runway, isn't there? No, there's centre line taxi lights. That's strange. There's no taxi lights on the side. That'd be right. Would it? I suppose that'd be right, wouldn't it? Interesting. Alright, we'll ramble over and see what we can see. So here's our fire training area. Nice. That's a bit of weirdness gone in there. Maybe a texture failed to load. And again, lads, it is pre-release, so if there's anything kind of weird or wonderful. I think it has to do with the throttle. If you start cold and dark, you'll notice that when you mouse over the throttle, the pop-up window shows idle, no matter how much you twist the throttle. When you start the runway, the throttle shows exactly what you have it set to. So I think on idle, cold and dark, the throttle is set to off no matter what we do. Ah, okay, Wraith. Yeah, sound, man. I'll drop an email to Nemeth to say, hey, it's shagged, you know? This is mad. This is just the stuff way out the gap. Like, this isn't even at the terminals. You have perimeter fencing the whole way across. London Gatwick, it's a lot bigger than what I thought. So there's that Boeing maintenance facility. That's where we're parked. And well, shall we go off now, hey, and have a look to see what's happening? Jesus. Buses, cars, vans. It's very photographic, isn't it? Long stay car parks, yeah. A selection of cars. Oh, Jesus, now look. Need I say any more? Need I say any more? Bloody hell, it's a huge airport, it's Gatwick, isn't it? This is cargo, I'd say, is it? It looks like cargo. Man, look at the detail of that. Jesus. That's really well done, isn't it? Alright, ramble on this way. There's tons of detail. These are all gates here as well, look. Well, not gates, but the parking areas. All the ground clutter, all the vehicles and that. Model control tower. It's pretty cool. Gatwick is like a proper one, isn't it? It's like it's a proper busy airport. What's your favourite London airport, lads? Would it be Gatwick? Would it be Stansted? Would it be Heathrow? Would it be Luton? London City is cool because you're right in the city, but this is impressive. Do you know, I don't think I've ever flown Gatwick on VATSIM. Pretty busy for a single runway airport. Now, is that right? 26 left, 26 right. So it's dual runway now, isn't it? Do they do parallel ops here? They do. The airport is friggin' massive. The performance is actually really good here as well. So what's all this now? So you can see the way it loads in all the different clutter. So it's like it just loads in this section, then okay, right, load in the next section. It's done really, really well. Alright, we'll come over to the main block, I suppose. Uber. Wow, look at the detail on the jetways, look. Jesus, look at the detail in here, lads. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's awesome. Interior. Man, look at the shadow coming in there. That's amazing looking. Look at the lighting. Jesus. That's savage, isn't it? I thought he was wearing a Guinness shirt. I was about to say, Jesus. Yeah, that's really good, man. That's real good. Model stand layout. They're doing a lot of building here, yeah? They usually only use 26 left. 26 right is normally taxiways. Ah, right, okay. And look at that sky bridge. Jesus. So here's our interior. You can actually go up the sky bridge. I love that. Ah, brilliant! That is so cool, isn't it? That's savage. Yeah, we like that. This is real good, man. Jeez, look how far it brings you. So, no... They're blocked off. Jesus, the detail on this, lads. This is mad, isn't it? Emirates. Look at the detailing. Check-in and the bag drop. That's friggin' awesome. Although they're sunk into the scenery a little bit. This is South Terminal. It's massive. It's a huge scenery. Hotel there, multi-story car park. I'm well impressed with this. What do you think, lads? There's the Premier Inn. Ah, brilliant!
Oh, Jesus.
Little train and everything, look. 2 trains! This is nicely done. This is real nice. You're in London Airport Gatwick. Jeez, they've put a lot of detail into this, haven't they? There's tons of detail. There's friggin' loads going on here, look. More car parking, Shell garage. What's a Holiday Inn? There is a ridiculous amount of detailing going on here, lads. Premier Inn, like, you're at the Premier Inn, look at the detail they have. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Alright, let's over this way. It's huge, isn't it? What's this now? Is this like at the entrance into the car park? This is all modelled as well, look. Long stay. Like, look at the detail. Issues with the signs there, I think. Like an LOD not coming through. Alright, what's over the far side? South Terminal long stay. Jesus. It's all... It is modelled, look. That's mad. So they've modelled all of that, right? That's where the trains circle around. Ah, brilliant. Look at that, man. That's awesome. Okay, now what do we have over here? This must be the old terminal, I'd say, is it? It's like everything is done here. This is done really well. It's a huge airport. How many terminals has Gatwick? Jesus, look at the detail. There's 2 terminals. I am well impressed with this. This is freaking huge. There's so much detail going on here, like. I don't know, like it's almost like a new standard in scenery here. Like, this is massive and the detailing is exquisite. Like, the train station runs all the way. That's nuts, man. And the actual rail, right? Granted, the trains don't move, but like, that will happen soon. It's only a matter of time before you have trains in, like, your flight sims, you know what I mean? Man, that's real good. Alright, what's over the far side? What do we have? Trigon Aviation. It's over here now. Some sort of a mad maintenance facility. Look at the tracks on this thing, look. Ah, it's plexiglass. Very good, very good. But we have a radar over here. Man, this is impressive to say the least. This is huge. Let's check out some of the night lighting. We have an old tower over here, or maybe it's a ground tower. What's all this now? That's like the original ATC tower, right? It's savage. This is a huge airport. Look at the old hangar there, look. Old tower, yeah. You were in this a long time ago, Scott? No way! Yeah, this is very impressive, lads, isn't it? This is absolutely incredible. Alright, let's check out some night lighting while we're here. Ooh. And oh, beautiful lighting. That's class, isn't it? Oh, look at that Boeing sign, man. That's freaking beautiful. This is incredible. The lighting here is spot on as well. Look at those spill lights. Jesus, the detail. Hang on a sec. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. Isn't that savage? Look at the detailing. Jesus, we'll go back to the terminal. Ah, lads, look at the state of that. That's unbelievable. It's getting ridiculous. Isn't it only savage?
Oh, Jesus.
It's the usual view you get of England, right? That's unbelievable. Look at that lighting. Hang on, we'll go somewhere else. Jesus. What's it like over here?
Hello there.
It's unbelievable. Oh, shit, you good to see you, man. Jesus, lads. There's a light on the train, look.
I'm to pull the big switch, good buddy.
In fact, user, welcome in, lads. We're just checking out iniBuilds Gatwick, and it is absolutely insane with the detail. Look at that, man. Jeez, the lighting is unbelievably good. Cripsy, good to see you. Yeah, the terminal, everything, like the layout, lads. Look.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Look at this date. Unbelievable. Shani, welcome in. Jay Brown, thank you very much indeed. 17 months, man. Yeah, this is very, very impressive, isn't it? I mean, this is what it's all about. It's very much photo. Yeah. This is Gatwick, lads, yeah. Look at the detail. Michael Walsh, welcome in. Wadsworth, good to see you, mate. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well. Happy Wednesday. We're here checking out iniBuilds' preview of Gatwick, and it is absolutely stunning. It's the lighting. Like, look at the light. Isn't it savage? Look at taxi markings, look. It's unbelievable. Now where else can we go? We checked out all the terminals, we did. Like, the whole area is done incredibly well.
Dougal, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Like, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Hang on there now, we'll rumble over this way again. Where's all the aircraft?
Hello there.
Oh man, look at this fire station, look. It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's absolutely gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. Tasha, absolutely friggin' stunning is what it is. I just can't get over how good the lighting is. I mean, look at that. It's a 2024 version. So in terms of a release date, I've nothing yet, but I would say very, very, very soon. Like, it's at this level already. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's incredible, isn't it? Colin Meaney approves, right? Now, the aircraft are not with the scenery. Just so you know. Isn't that something? Whereabouts is the Aviation Museum? Man alive, that's just incredible. That is so impressive. And like it's proper coming down as well. It's like lashing rain. Northwest of 08. I know. We can't see anything because it's raining. Jesus, the detail with the rain though, right? Right now, 08 you say. That's 26. Get rid of the old rain there, Murph, now, and just kind of calm it all down. Easy. Easy. Shh. Right. 08 you say. The Aviation Museum. Oh, it's over to the right. Direct is in there, boys. The beige low building. This one. Doesn't look like, well, it's not model so far as, you know. But yeah, iniBuilds, man. What an absolute friggin' masterpiece this one is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I am so impressed with this. The detailing is absolutely friggin' mad. Look at this, look. Isn't it nuts, isn't it? And look at the performance I'm getting. Very impressive, very impressive. Anyway, right. That's enough of that now for the minute, hey. Right, so we're checking out this airplane, the Spartan. Jesus, what time of day is it? It's getting late. Let the textures load in. So this is our Spartan, lads. The Spartan, the 7W Executive. So we're having a look at this. We flew it a little bit on Sunday, right? So it comes with a couple of different variants: the modern, and then kind of like a mix with modern and kind of the original layout, right? For a plane built in the 1930s with a retractable landing gear, and had all these modern features built inside the aircraft, such as you had like noise cancelling, you had different thermostats, you can, you know, change the friggin' the temperature inside, you had amazing leg room, single pilot operation. These aircraft were very much, you know, aimed at the business class aircraft of the day, right? There's even a twin trim tab for your elevator. I mean, they were built for comfort, and the specs of the aircraft are very, very interesting as well, because I mean, you can get to an absolutely amazing altitude with this thing, right? So if we were to have a look at this and say, right, the Spartan 7W, let's have a look here now. So the Spartan Executive, right, built in 1936. There was only 36 of these built, right? And if we look at what you could do, maximum speed was 223 knots. It would cruise along at around 190. It had a range of 1,000 nautical miles and a service ceiling of 24,000 feet. What? In 1936, lads, right? This is the era of, like, you know, the Hawker Hurricane and all that. absolutely bananas. So what iniBuilds have built here, they had access to the real world aircraft. It is absolutely stunning. It's meticulously developed. That gorgeous Pratt & Whitney Wasp engine, which is only stunning. And it's just really well done, right? So, built by the renowned Spartan Aircraft Company, the 7W is an American single-engine luxury aircraft. First took to the skies in 1936. Bringing the golden era to life in Microsoft Flight Sim, Spartan 7 Executive comes with a range of exciting features, including multiple aircraft variants, a classic, a hybrid, and a fully modern cockpit. A feature-rich EFB for controlling the external elements, detailed external pre-flight walk-around checks, stunning enhanced PBR textures, and so on and so on and so on. It also has an authentic sound suite for the cockpit and the external sounds created by none other than Echo 19. So he's been a busy old buckle now, hasn't he? Very busy. So let's jump inside the cabin. This is the modern variant of the aircraft, and we do have some options here. We can turn on our little tablet and we can go messing. We can have a single or a dual yoke. All right. We can also put in the steps, and we can even drop in the oil dip tray, which is kind of mad looking, but you can imagine a plane of this era, well, she'd be dropping oil like all the time, right? Flipper Alloy, good to see you. So you do have the little steps leading into the door, and yeah, it's absolutely stunning, right? And even when you're inside the cabin, this being, of course, the modern variant, this thing is stunning, right? We have a little, we can, right, you know what I'm saying? That's what they keep that. And there's other bits and bobs here with the tray tables you can roll out. They're all there. And we showed this briefly, but it's the lighting, lads. The lighting on this thing is absolutely superb. So if I go ahead and turn on the battery.
Gear is down for landing.
Your man's voice is the best in the business. If I bring the time of day back here a little bit, wait till you see the interior lighting on this, because it is absolutely stunning now, right? So I just need to get this switch. So cabin lights, landing, fuel boost. Here's my other lights here now. They're the wings, fuel boost, gens, avionics, starter. Lighting off. Check out this lighting, look. So if you light green, isn't that superb looking? Isn't that gorgeous looking? You may not like green, so fair enough, right? You can change the lights. We had a quick look at this the other day, but like, it's just stunning.
Hello there.
You know what I mean? Like, isn't it gorgeous? So yes, it's a plane of the 30s, but this is the modern variant. Oh, close your curtains. Right? It's a really, really beautiful aircraft. So what we'll do, we'll bring it back to like daytime. We'll just give it a quick start up and have a listen to the sounds, because again, Echo 19 has done an incredible job with the sounds, right? How are we looking out here? Yeah, we better remove the old dip tray and that, shouldn't we? Have a little listen in here now. Because it's that beautiful friggin' chrome, man. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's stunning. So we'll have a gawk there, and we'll remove the ground clutter. And well, let's see what we're going to do. So fuel tank, go to the main tank. Fuel booster. Mixture in. Pop full. Throttle up. Gen, get ready. Park and brake is there. We need the ignition switch. Where's the ignition on this gadget? There they are. And we'll go for an L start, right? Let's see what happens. We'll say clear prop. Beautiful sounds, right? Do you even hear the radio click with the friggin' nav strobes? Did you hear like the little click with the avionics coming on? Listen. Let's have a listen. Just a close listen to this, right? But it's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. So, let's check out the sounds. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's absolutely gorgeous, lads. It really, really is. And like, get this, right? This is what makes an aircraft like this so incredible. The price, right? You can pick this up right now for £17.99 pounds, or works out around €21 plus the VAT. Like, it's like 24, 25 euros tops. What an incredible, incredible airplane. It's beautiful. It looks great. Flying characteristics, it needs a teeny tiny tweak. The roll is very slow, which you would expect. The pitch, it's a little bit, you know, little bit messy. When I say messy, it's a little bit sensitive, right? So no doubt we're going to see a patch for this coming out very, very soon. This is the modern variant of it. You don't have an option to put in your 750, unfortunately. I don't see anything there putting in a different set of avionics. That's something I'd love to see if iniBuilds could do that, right? You know, lads, can you throw in an option for the GTN 750? I'd love that, right? I would absolutely love that. Now, let me see. Landing gear system, oh, that's grand. Wing, they're the flaps, and you also have a center flap or center brake. See this down here, look? So that's known as your center flap, and then you have your main flaps on the sides. And they're all electrically driven, right? And for an aircraft of this era, that's quite incredible, lads. It's quite incredible because, like, look at all these features that the aircraft had, right? And the friggin' detail going on here, it is absolutely incredible. And like, when you look at the animations and the sounds, right? You can hear that motor move. It's done really, really well. It's a stunning aircraft. It's just gorgeous, and I love the liveries with them, you know. We'll roll forward here and see what happens. It's alright, I already rang Gatwick and I said, listen, I'm going to be doing something stupid and mad. They're like, oh yeah, no bother, Murph. Oh Jesus, then go to this way a little bit. Don't crash and I'll take off. Easy. We're alright. We're alright. Gear up.
Check gear.
We're alright. So as she's flying, I mean, it's a beautiful plane. The roll is quite slow, and we have a bit of messing going on here with our turn coordinator. That's a bug. That'll have to be fixed. But you get the idea. Like, it's very pretty, isn't it? Bear, good to see you. I don't think, no, she's not pressurized from what I can see. So you'll be very much oxygen tanks. No, there's nothing there for pressurization. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Thingy. That's the pitot heat. That's your pitot tube, man. Right, easy now. Let's see if we can do this without dying. Oh, yes. Isn't it gorgeous? It's absolutely gorgeous. We need one of these in our lives. It's just a stunning airplane. Let's look at that gear animation. Bring the power back.
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Right. 10 minutes until landing. Welcome in, my lad. Hope you're well. We're here. This is... Oh, Jesus. Ah, we're dying. That's what we're doing. Shh. It's fine.
Hello there.
There's nothing to see here at all, lads. Not at all. No, all is well. We're here over Gatwick. And we're checking out the Spartan. Hope you had a great stream.
Hello
Very
there.
welcome in, lads. And what a time to raid. I don't know if you guys got a chance to fly this yet. The Spartan Executive from iniBuilds. We're flying it over the pre-release of iniBuilds Gatwick. Lads, it's absolutely stunning. Both the aircraft and the scenery. It's quite incredible. Yeah. That's exactly what it was, Big Al. It was a stall test, yes. But the sounds are awesome on this thing. But yeah, the iniBuild scenery, we're checking it out, lads. It's just gorgeous. It really, really is, you know. And yeah, it's you know, the Spartan is available right now. We're going to be flying this on Friday night. 1 or 2 patches are needed. And as I said, I'd love to see if they can put in that GTN 750. That'd be awesome. BH Hassan, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. It was absolutely nuts, right? So we were looking at Gatwick, right? So if I do one of these, watch. We'll leave our plane there for the minute. So this is Gatwick, right? Yeah, beautiful, right? Stunning. But it's when you start looking at the kind of smaller details, right? Load her all in. Absolutely friggin' stunning, right? But it's when you start getting into this kind of kettle of fish, right? It's the reflections. They've done such an incredible job. So check this out, right? We're seeing a bit of rain. A bit of that. But a bit of this. And a bit of that. And just look at the absolute state of that. Isn't that superb? And the detail on the jetways, lads, look. The night lighting here is some of the best I've seen in the sim. It's stunning. And like the detail, it's nuts. It's just unbelievable. And that's just one area. Hang on, we go over here, look. Like, it's just incredible, isn't it? They've done a great job with this, man. Don't have a release date just yet, but I wouldn't expect it's going to take too much longer. Where is this? Like, all the little... just bits everywhere you go, there's something cool to see. The detailing in this scenery, lads, it is absolutely insane. Insane. Look at those textures, man. It's friggin' gorgeous. Very, very impressive. And the lighting is just perfect. They've done a great job. They really, really have. What else do we have here? Maintenance hangars. Go down to one of the older terminals. Look at that. Look. That's ridiculous, isn't it? The lighting is so good. It's just gorgeous, right? Frame rates are incredible. They're absolutely incredible. And like you have, again, with the Ini Manager, you have a lot of options of, you know, turning stuff off, get rid of the interiors, get rid of the people in the interiors, all that sort of stuff, you know? Like, the detail is just incredible. Shunk. It's mad, isn't it? They've done an excellent job. They really have. And like the lighting, it is just superb. Stunning. So yeah, Gatwick, this is on the way. I don't have a release date. I didn't see a release date, but I mean, a lot of folks have been showing this off, but lads, like to see it, to see a scenery looking this good with that sort of lighting, and the performance is excellent. Man alive, it's awesome. You know? So yeah. So between the Spartan and the scenery, it's just like iniBuilds are on fire. They really, really are. They're doing some great things. My eyes! Right? And we go back to our little airplane over here. And continue on. Easy now. It's just gorgeous. Look at the reflections on this thing. It's just beautiful. And the interior lighting and all the jazz that you can do with this plane. Look at the plane here at night time, and you can change the colour of this as well, look. The interior is off the friggin' charts, look. What a state of that, look. Like, that's amazing. Exciting times in flight sim, lads. Exciting times. Right, in our last little bit, we'll do this briefly. Jesus, look at the time. We'll go back here now. Have I covered everything I was supposed to? Gatwick, Svolvaer, the PA28, the Bell. Last but not least, we're going to check out, well, a closer look at the D30. The Dirty Torty, right? Now, we brought this out for a quick spin again on Sunday. You've the long configuration or the short configuration. We'll go with the long one now. A couple of different liveries. This is in an early alpha, right? That's what this aircraft currently is. We'll go with the old German livery for the crack. Great bunch of lads. And it's aimed very much at wait now, will it even fit in Bal? Should. It's very much aimed at, I want to say study level, because it is. I mean, this thing is not going to hold your hand at all. It's a very complex aircraft. The problem is, because it's in alpha, we don't have a lot of options. When you're looking at the manual, for example, well, the manual is kind of pointing you into the direction of using the actual manual to progress through your different procedures. The problem is, some of the stuff doesn't work, right? So it'll say, you know, go to your fuel and check this hydraulic or check this pump or whatever, and they're just not fully working yet. However, now is this? I think I have this set up. I do. Right, so we'll jump in here and see what happens, right? Now, do my views work? They do. This is the C-130, and it's early days. It's from Blackbird Simulations. We know them as Milviz. Some of the stuff works, some of the stuff doesn't work. I'm seeing some bugs. It's, for whatever reason, it's trying to, although this one doesn't seem to be doing it. In terms of the textures, if you see any kind of weirdness, that's because we're using frame gen. The textures aren't very bad. I mean, up close they're not great. The interior textures aren't great either, but it's early days. I wouldn't be getting too worried yet. It's a cool airplane. The night lighting on this thing is absolutely, it's straight out of sci-fi. It's friggin' cool looking. You got all those formation lights turned on. It's done really, really well. And it is a big ass plane, man. The Herc, it's a really nice plane. Now, we're used to the A400 and even the C-17 from this kind of scale. But having the Herc is really, really nice. So, as I said, what they're aiming for is kind of the study level side of the fence, right? And they do have documentation with this, which is handy. So if I go into, I'm gonna find the Milviz Dirty 30, you know. I'm gonna go into documentation, and here's the user guide, right? No. So we've like 180 odd pages here, I think. How many? 138 pages, all about the aircraft and all the different procedures and how it works, how to install it, what everything is, what it does, what it should do. Right, that's all there. So it's the sort of plane they're pitching to folks that for the entry price of $25, that's what the Alpha is. That's what they're aiming at, because they want feedback from the community to help steer them in how they're going to progress with the aircraft. The only issue I have with this, as I said, is I don't know what the full price is going to be when it's fully ready. So it's kind of hard to say, well, is €25 or pounds good value, or like, is it going to be 60 or 70 or, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's see what the story is. But there's a lot of learning with this aircraft. I mean, all the systems, hydraulics are there, the fuel, and there's a lot of kind of combat. Well, when I say combat, like there's kind of nav options there that'd be more applicable to combat aircraft, right? So even trying to figure out, you know, ground idle, the throttle is a bit fooked. It doesn't work terribly well. It's completely kind of foobar. We do have the electrical panels up here, so the battery. And you'll hear things coming to life here now in a moment. External power, so we should have external power, so we can bring this guy up. Let's look at aircraft or general. General, external power, there should be. And if we now turn on the external power, which would be here. No. What do I Murph? There we go. So there's our external power starting to come alive, and we'll get the rest of the we can get the rest of the systems turned on here to see what happens. Let me see here now. So everything's on auto, which is right. The APU, we can probably start this unit now ourselves. So that's the bleed system. Here's our engine start. Here's our APU unit. So we'll go run and then start. All right, APU's coming alive. And like, there's sounds in it. They're not terrible. Some of them are all right. Some of them are. Ugh. We got some of these formation lights on because these are just, they're just very impressive. All right, so there's the APU. Get the bleeds on. They should be. Okay, they don't move. They're auto. All right. And we can go APU power. 28 volts. They're all good. Cancel this guy. Now, in terms of getting your avionics and all that stuff turned on, well, let's go messing here. Let's see if we can see. Reading lights, no. Control boost, no. Oh, wait, they all have to be on. So we want those on. Generators, they say they're off. Let's see what happens. What else do we want here now? Fuel management. They should be open. Tank select, we can mess around with those, but leave them there for the moment. Cross ship, so it's like a cross pump. Prop control, prop sync, leave that alone. Engines, ELT, APU. How do we get our avionics turned on? I already forget how to do this. Let's have a look though. Now, you've a ton of stuff in here, right? So if we wanted to look in and look at our, you know, your instruments, turn this stuff on, and you have to do this with all of them, like your VHF signals, all the stuff needs to be turned on. And again, they're not holding your hand on this. I mean, you got to go up and read the manual. Do you know what I mean? Is our next page? H2 is off. Turn that guy on as well. Now, in terms of turning these lads on, what am I missing? Hydraulics, turn them on. Anti-skid can be turned on. Auxiliary pump, turn that on. But I'm trying to get the avionics. I forget how to do this. Turn on my screens. Where is this now? Well, there's stuff on, but how do you turn on the screens? I'm missing a trick. You've circuit breakers all over the shop on this thing as well. And they're all modelled. Huh? Everything's modelled, which is great. Now, whether or not the systems work, I don't actually know. Because, well, I imagine they're still working on them. Now, there has to be something here with me electrics. So where's my electrics? That's control, bleed, APU, ELT, wipers, your hood, air conditioning, exterior lighting, ice protection, APU and bleed. Pressurization is there. This is electrical, so like they're all off, but how do we turn my screens on? Defense systems, right? You can also open up the rear ramp. You can do all that stuff as well. Displays here, menu. That's coming alive slowly but surely. And then do we have stuff up here, look. So the radar mode, so, I don't know, turn stuff on. Just press random buttons, Murph, it'll be totally safe, you know. Is the ATR 72 not in Microsoft Flight Sim? I thought it was. You might have to activate it, but you know, I thought it was in there. Where's Colonel Fork when you need him? He knows the crack with this. I can't turn on my displays. What am I missing? I'm missing something important about turning on my avionics. Pilot lighting. Ooh, look at the lighting in here. Jeez, that was a nice one. Let me see here now. Autopilot, engines, trim. That's this cursor. Defensive systems, flaps. Master display left and right. Where'd you see it? Where'd you see that button? Master display left and right. Pilot lighting, radar. Master is on. Hydraulics, landing lights, gear. Barrow select, altitude select. So that's autopilot stuff. Is there a switch up here for it? It's probably looking at me straight in the face and I can't find it. You guys see it? Master display now. Do. FADEC, APU, ELT. It's armed. Tank selector. This is all fuel. That's ice protection. Center pedestal with all the buttons. Center pedestal. Center. Let's go. This is center, yeah? Cockpit lighting. Is that it? Display master. Right now, you could be going somewhere. Aha! You genius! Fornax, you're a genius. Let it be known, the man is a genius. Right. Can we start these up then? No? Yeah, she's thinking about it. Engine 3. Utility system pulse pressure. Okay, that beta thing was weird and then she like completely oversped. Okay, so the prop overspeed is shagged. Alrighty. So it's completely shagged. And the brakes don't work. Really? Oh no, we're going to crash! The parking brake doesn't work. And one engine seemingly is able to move the whole thing across. This is like the real risk you have with friggin' alpha. Like it says it's in beta.
Oh, Jesus.
That's so very strange. And I don't seem to have nose wheel steering. That's going to be annoying. And that's shagged as well. So it's gas, right? What was working first time round now doesn't work. Okay, that's unfortunate. Continue on with the engines though. We'll start them all up and see what happens. Now this is the default sim. This isn't a beta. So there's 4 coming up. But I can't seem to adjust the, it's like there's a trim broken here. There needs to be a button for nose wheel steering. Let me see. Controls. Pilot yoke. So the yoke. Axis calibration. No, cancel that. Throttle grip trim. Like this, nose wheel steering. Clear that. Joystick button 5. We like it's doing its own thing. Right, whatever 7 is, couldn't tell you. See the way I can't move this tiller? Like there's a lot of issues with this plane, unfortunately. Like the parking brakes are on, but like, you know, it thinks it's in beta. And yet the parking brake is on, do you know what I mean? The good news is they are releasing a patch, hopefully today or tomorrow, because it badly needs one, right? Like it badly needs one. Now what we could do, we can just start a flight from the runway. I think I did that the last day. Because the startup, it's shagged, like. It just is shagged, right? So we'll start this from the runway. Go out in 2.8 left where there's a bit of, or 2.8 rather, there's a bit of oomph here. Like, that's the thing. You can't really follow the star checklist because just stuff doesn't work. You know what I mean? Listen, sure, send it up anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much an alpha. But like, I don't know. Do you try and sell something when it's alpha, like if it's broken? You know what I mean? Let's see what happens now, right? Right, all sorts of warnings. Right, get rid of the hood. Get rid of the other hood. And let's see, can we play with some lights here? So we get the formation lights on. Pretty cool looking at night time, right? Come on, Betsy. They're on. Day flash. Red on top. White on the bottom. Leading edge on. The landing lights should be on. Right. So we should have loads of lights. Let's see what happens, right? Off the brakes. See the way the power decided to just like completely shut down this stupid thing?
Flap. Flap.
Right.
Flap. Flap.
The speed is a lie, that's a good thing. Upsie daisy.
Flap.
There's the gear. But like when it comes to like the engine, like when you're trying to spool the throttle, it shuts it down. It shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like it just shouldn't do that. Now what about this night lighting? Hang on now, we wanted lighting over here, didn't we? Cockpit lighting, flood and panel, right? There we go. So, make a night time. Here we go. Like, check out the night lighting. This is impressive, right? Look at those formation lights. Isn't that class looking? So like, there is potential. It's just, it's going to take a while, I think. You know what I mean? Like, the sounds aren't great either, but like, there's definitely potential here, lads. I love the formation lights, they're class. But yeah, that's the Dirty 30. It's I don't want to say it's buyer beware, because they're very clear in saying it's an alpha. But right now, until you get the update, and I think there's one due out this week, because like there's just simple things that are broken, right? The pros and the cons are, the pros are, if you buy the aircraft now, they're giving you a discount. The cons are, it's not a great airplane right now. But it does show a lot of potential, do you know? So yeah, that kind of covers it, you know what I mean? What do you think, lads? It does have potential, definitely does. But I think you can't update the nav data either. So like these are, I imagine these are the small little bug fixes they're going to try and figure out first. It's great to see a Herc in the sim, but yeah, very much work in progress, isn't it? There's some nice details there, like the cabin is there. We wait and see, friends. We wait and see. Have they shown a plan at all? Milestones? Oh yeah. No, look, they've got a lot of options on what they're working on. And again, like, to be fair to them, what they're telling us, right? Pause that for a minute. What they're telling us is an alpha release, right? So they're saying, look, meet the legend, affectionately nicknamed the Dirty 30. We've brought you not one but two iconic variants. Okay, grand. Scroll down for important notice and details. This is important, right? So, raising the bar, grand. Built on military grade, grand. Please note, feature complete means the features intended for inclusion are in. It doesn't mean the project itself is 96% complete. The current version is 96% feature complete, not the aircraft is complete. Alright, so they're saying, look, at this point it's not perfect, and yes, we are asking you, fellow pilots and nav geeks, to test it for us. That, together with the current economic climate, is why we have set an initial low price of $24.99. As the list gets smaller, the price will get bigger. Alpha, $24.99. All the features of the aircraft, so you do have a lot of information into what they're doing, right? And areas where implementation is incomplete but ongoing. Compatibility with Sim Update 2, sounds, engine and aircraft performance, autopilot, throttle calibration system, fire handle system, APU. Like, you can see what they're working on. Yeah. So they are telling us. In addition, bugs may be found anywhere at any time. So like, they're not saying buy this, it's brilliant. They're telling you, hey, this is an alpha, it's going to be in a hoop. But that's why they want people to be, you know, can you give us feedback? We'll develop the aircraft with you. Cool looking plane though, isn't it? They did an entire video on 100% were transparent. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're not hiding anything. Something went beep. Like, they're not hiding anything, lads. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, interesting stuff. Anyway, lads, that's going to do it, because late is the hour. That was a busy one tonight, wasn't it? Flat out. JustFlight will be bringing their Piper Arrow fleet, I think Friday. All going well. All right. And yeah, listen, it's exciting times for sure. Let's see. Yeah, like, in fairness to JustFlight, like, they're even talking to me now. Jesus, like, they're mad, like. EFB won't power on at all. Where is this now? Upcoming release. And patch notes. Right. Anyway, that's the story. Lads, thank you all so very much indeed. It doesn't stop. I have to email people now. I hope you found tonight somewhat handy. And yeah, been a few people waiting on those P28s. Absolutely, man. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in our sim, isn't there? Like, I mean, the iniBuilds are absolutely knocking out of the ballpark. JustFlight, bringing their PA28s. They're a free upgrade to anyone who owns them in 2020. They're going to work in 24. And if you don't own them, they're doing 28% off, and that's all happening this Friday. So yeah, we're back to you this Friday. We're going to be flying the Spartan. We're taking that for the jolly over in Hawaii, out over around Honolulu, to see what we can see. Might change aircraft during the flight as well if the arrows are there. We'll have a bit of fun with it. But as always, thank you all so very, very much for tuning in, spending your time here. Thank you so much for all the raids, the follows, the subscribes. It's been absolutely incredible. Thank you all so very much. We shall catch you on Friday at 1900 Zulu. Ah, Jesus, Friday. So until then, enjoy the rest of your week and take care. Engines are now off. I've just killed the mixture. Right? Watch this. Mags are off. Feather boat props. My engines are now completely off, right? And I'll know they're completely off because I'm going to keep an eye on the props. They will just stop, right? Engine 1 stopped. Engine 2 stopped. That's the sound I should hear.